Sports Joc Show. You're listening to the Sports Joc Show. You're listening to the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
And while counting the money, you count sheep. And while counting the money, you count sheep. And while counting the money, you count sheep.
Baby, here I am, I'm a man on the scene. I can give you what you want, but you got to go home with me. I forgot some good old loving and I got some in store. When I get through throwing it on you, you got to come back for more. Boys and things will come by the dozen, but that ain't nothing but drugstore loving. Pretty little thing, let me like to count, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes around. Action speaks louder than word, and I'm a man with a great experience. I know you got you another man, but I can love you better than him. Take my hand, don't be afraid, I wanna prove every word I say. I'm advertising love for free, so won't you place your ad with me? Boys will call my dime out for loving, but that ain't nothing but instant love. Pretty little thing, let me like to count, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes around. Baby, here I am, I'm a man on the scene. I can give you what you want, just come go home with me. I got some good old loving and I got pleasure in store. When I get through throwing it on you, you got to come back for more. Boys will call my dime by my loving, but that ain't nothing but drugstore love. Pretty little thing, let me like to count, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes around. Give me good old love. I'm a no good love. I'm a big old love.
You're listening to the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Moving everything.
Yeah, come on.
Moving everything.
Yeah, y'all ready for this?
Lyrics that take place. If you want another reason why it must be funky, yo, I am not a jackass, meaning not a donkey, so I will play the game like it should be played. Drop the funk into the mix so the bass will never fade. Ship it to the station in your jurisdiction. Brothers saying dope and the others think I'm bitching. No crowd can avoid the D.O. to the C. Wanna be O-F-O-I-M-I-N-G on the stage. See the simple fact is I am dope and known. I rock a funky beat with all the chords, so in this my conclusion, you will enjoy the fusion, and I will ascend with the style that I am using. Knowing that it's tough, and it's not a bluff, I think I'll let it play, cause dreads ain't funky enough.
The truth.
Hip-hop. Let's get funky, let's get funky. 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 Let's get funky, let's get funky.
You're listening to the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
My ladies, run this, do my fellas, run this, come on, do my ladies, run this, do my fellas, run this, How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming up as a cash game, living in the best made love for real. How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming up as a cash game, living in the best made love for real. I love the way you activate your hips and push it out. Got a brother wanting it so bad I'm about to pass out. Wanna dig you, and I can't even lie about it, baby. Just alleviate your clothes, I'm the fly about it. Catch you at the club, your hips have got me feeling. Body talking quick to me, but I can't comprehend the meaning. Now if you wanna roll with me, then here's some chance to 180 on the freeway. Catch me if you can, but give me I'm a rider. Still I'm just a simple man. All I want is money plus the fame. I'm a simple man, Mr. International, player with the passport, just like a Latin switch. Get you anything you ask for, either him or me. The champagne, Hennessy, favorite of my homies when we floss on our enemies. Witness as we creep to a low speed. What my foes need, make some emojis funk you don't need. Approaching women with a passion for the long day, but I've been driven by attraction in a strong way. Your body is banging, baby, I love the way you're flowing. Time to give it to daddy sugar, now tell me how you want it. How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming up as a cash game, living in the best made love for real. How do you want it? How do you feel? Coming up as a cash game, living in the best made.
You're listening to the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for
Wayne Gandy.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah, can you build me up, yeah, you won't break me down, I've come so far, yeah, I've come so far, yeah, so just throw in the towel, it's a new day, I'ma do it, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way, you may build me up.
Welcome. It is Monday morning, you're listening to the Sports Joc Show. I am the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We are live here from 9 to noon. We are coming from Atlanta, Georgia. It's a little chilly outside, but if you watched the Mets and the Cubs last night, you would have seen a real chill. That pitcher, Skyringard, or however you say his name, his gold locks was flying in the air. It was like a commercial for Head and Shoulders, but most of y'all didn't even watch the game, you football junkies. Get a couple of TVs so you can see a couple of things at one time. Yes, I said it. Excess is in. This is America. More than one TV in the house. You can catch a couple of things. Don't shortchange yourself, Big Kenny. Truth. Get a lot of TVs so you can catch up with everything. You can watch Scandal on one, How to Get Away with Murder on the other, which is kind of like watching the Kardashians get away with murder. But no, they didn't murder Lamar Odom. We're not going to talk about Lamar Odom today. So, hey, tune out if you thought you was going to call in and get you a Lamar Odom story. We might talk about Khloe Kardashian, and maybe that will segue over into Lamar Odom, but we will not be talking about Lamar Odom at all today. Now, let's get to the biggest thing of the week. I like to let you people out there know that the Sports Joc does not have CTE. Once again, he does not have CTE. Some of you out there are under the pretense that because the Sports Joc talks more in an aggressive manner at his older years, that it is caused from head concussions that is making his brain swell and then spout out harsh, negative responses. No, the Sports Joc has TBS. Tired of the bull. I can't say the other word because of regulations, but you got the thing. I'm tired of the BS, And that's what I have. Yes. No longer will I let you make me feel like I have to put in all $2. If you don't have $1, I don't have $1 either. How about that? I think that's where all of us get when we're older. Especially these old people in here. They're not trying to put in nothing. But for decades, the Sports Joc has been offered only half of what he's been putting in, and he's tired. So no CTE. I'm not Tony Dorsett. I'm not waking up in a cold sweat at night. I'm totally conscious of it. I'm not even going to go to the courthouse and lie. Hey, I didn't know what I was doing. My brain was swollen. No, I punched him to death. That's what I was doing. I was intently doing what I was doing. So there's no CTE. I know what I'm doing. And I'm quite sure when I bring my co-hosts on, they tired of living their life too. You ever had those people borrow your car, but forget to put the gas back in it? You ever know those people? Man, you know what I ain't know what kind of gas you use. What kind of excuse is that? What? Open the tailpipe and you'll see it says premium unleaded. What part of premium unleaded that you can't read? That's how it is with me. And I got fed up a couple weeks ago. Good friend of mine used something of mine, and then I called him like, hey, bro, were you going to replace that? He sat there and drank a half a case of bottled Gatorade. He sent me back powdered Gatorade. Now, I don't know what that powdered Gatorade, what I was supposed to do with $5-gallon pouches of powdered Gatorade. That's not what you use. Why would you send me back something that you didn't use? Because it was cheap and you felt like, hey, he's not going to do anything. But I'm ready to do my first crime, though. I'm getting there. All these people in here got rap sheets. I've been saving mine. Go out with a bang. There you go. Now I'm more of a personal killer. I don't want to do it from a distance. I don't want to sniper like American Sniper. I want to feel the blade slide into the. Oh, you can't talk like that on Monday mornings. No. But I'm glad to be here. I'm ready. My co-hosts are ready. They're getting sugared up just before, so we don't miss this. The Minnesota Lynx did win the WNBA championship. We got to get that in because we'll mess around and have a show. And then somebody said, y'all never talk about the women. The Lynx did win. The Minnesota Lynx. It's their third championship. Maya Moore and the girls. They had a record crowd. Almost 19,000 fans showed up, which is big for a WNBA game. So hats off to Maya Moore, and her winning ways continue. 3 out of the last 5 championships went her way. And they're still checking the water down in Rio. Just to let y'all know, I think I keep it updated. For all you people traveling to the Olympics in June, still running a couple water tests. I don't know if that is how it comes out in the hotel. Maybe I don't know how that will work. Maybe you have to kind of cowboy up with bottled water in a little bucket. Probably would be safer than turning on the hotel water and letting disease-ridden water get into your delicate skin. And before I bring my co-host, one more PSA. You can get Uber now in London. For all you world travelers, I like to keep everybody up with stuff. Uber has won their case against the Britain black cabs over there. They call them the black cabs. I don't know if that's a racist thing. I've never been to London, but they call them the black cabs. How that came up? We have yellow cabs, they have black cabs. So, but you can land and get you an Uber driver now. Uber is taking over the world, really. I should be an Uber driver. Yeah. Hey, that's not funny. I keep my car clean. People would be happy for me to pull up. Hey, car? Oh, okay. Where you want to go? Hey.
That's what I'm talking
What? At least I won't be like that guy in Ohio with a child seat in the back. Like, man, hold on, let me move my child seat. When are you supposed to do that for? You came to pick me up? Like, I don't understand people. But it is Monday. We had a great week of football. We're going to talk about Michigan State coming up in that debacle with the punt at the end. The Carolina Panthers are 6-0. The Falcons fell to the Saints. Tom, revenge. We got a lot of stuff, some sad stuff we will have to touch on. We will not be talking about Lamar Odom, as I have spoken about. So you might want to turn to another station and get your Lamar Odom update. But we will be talking about Khloe Kardashian. So at some point, Lamar's name will come up. I'm here. I'm joined with the funny man himself from Chicago. Him and Lamar did a line Lamar's rookie year. They did share a line together.
Wait a minute. Good morning, Sports Joc. Let me stop you right there before you start that rumor. Everybody knows that I don't share cocaine. Anybody that knows me knows that is a fallacy. Ain't no way I'm gonna pull out the booger sugar and go to passing it around.
I could have sworn you told me about that was your Lamar Odom story.
Nah, he might have been my plug, but
he was doing a show in Rhode Island, and
we never shared. We might have been in the presence of one another, but there was no, hey, would you like some of this? No, the premium stuff costs too much. I'm sure he can afford it.
And the only lady that didn't show up to the Las Vegas hospital, is in the building.
That's me. Look, that's me.
The truth, Miss Jemison, Renee Jemison. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning. They're blaming my mood swings on menopause. So CTE, menopause, whatever you want to call it. Let's just speak our minds.
Yeah.
How about that?
And I'd like to
no
say,
apology
on that no apology thing. I don't really get caught in those situations because I live by the old adage, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So a person has one
George
time.
Bush said that
you can't fool me again. That's what I'm saying.
Y'all got a saying here in Channel Slate.
Yeah.
I know we got it down on taxes.
Fool me once, shame on you. Time.
That.
You can't fool me. That's all I'm saying. I don't go round and round.
Because all I'm left is with these in Greystone.
Whoever you display yourself to be with me, I believe you. So if you seem to be a user or someone who is not living up to what our agreement is, then I'm not going to continue down that road hoping to somehow change you.
Yeah.
And I have on a serious note, I'm always telling people that I'm judging you by what you show me. You're trying to show me one thing and then tell me you're something else. Well, that doesn't really float.
There's a conflict
me.
there, right?
Well, speaking of which, you're saying that you were thinking maybe it's a racist thing with the black cabs in London, and it's a description of the cab because everybody knows East Indians drive cabs. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't be. It couldn't have anything to do with race.
They're gonna cut that out.
Oh, what? The East Indians?
Yes. Don't say it twice.
Anybody got some soap? Anybody got some soap? I need to wash my hands. No soap in the building? Oh, okay. You get some soap? Okay. Well, that and much more. We're going to go to break, 888-926-7562, and we won't be talking about Lamar Odom when we come back from break, but we will find something about the old ball coach.
The Sports Joc Show welcomes Sports Talk Woof the Ball on AM 560 and FM 100.1 to the Sports Joc Radio Network family.
More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Baseball players, want to see how your game measures up against the best in the country? Then you want to participate in Dothan's first ever Perfect Game National Indoor League at Kirkland Sports Performance in Dothan. The league uses HitTrax, the world's first batting simulator, to measure all the data points needed to improve your swing and take it to the next level. Leagues begin in November and are available from high school players down to 10-year-olds. To register, go to JakeKirklandSports.com or call Jake 702-1999. One call takes care of all that garbage. Mark Dunning Industries. With 30 years experience, MDI lets you take care of other problems. Garbage and waste disposal, They got that handled. Every garbage dumpster for your business and construction, including front load and roll-off services. Plus, upfront pricing, no hidden fees, even online bill pay. Phone 983-1506 or click on the web, markdunning.com. Dedicated to service, devoted to green. Mark Dunning Industries.
Here at Bojangles, no one tells us that we have to use fresh, never frozen chicken. No one tells us that it must be marinated for 12 hours in a special blend of seasonings. And no one tells us that we need to hand bread our chicken twice. No one tells us we have to make our chicken the old-fashioned way, but that's how we do it. Because our customers keep coming back for more. And that tells us all we need to know. Grab a Big Bowl box and feed the whole group with chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea. Bojangles. It's Bo time.
Our specialty is always being here to take care of you. SAMC has enough specialty physicians and staff to take care of your emergencies, day or night. As the region's largest not-for-profit hospital, we provide you with the most talented physicians, most highly trained staff, and the latest technology 24 hours a day. Emergencies can happen at any time. SAMC is ready to respond at a moment's notice. Learn more at samc.org or call 334-712-3336.
SAMC Sweet Tea Society is kicking off our 4th annual Sip and Learn program Thursday, November 5th at 5 p.m. at the Depot off Main. It's for women who want to stay healthy and have fun, meet new people, and get a healthy dose of knowledge. Our topic with Dr. Patel will focus on hot flashes and menopause. We'll have door prizes and refreshments following the program, so sign up today. Go to samc.org for more Sweet Tea Society information, and we'll see you Thursday, November 5th at the Depot off Main.
From November 6th through the 15th, make blue ribbon memories at the National Peanut Festival. Don't miss the Scrambles and Demo Derby in the Wells Fargo Arena or livestock shows in the Winn-Dixie Ag Complex. See Tyler Farr, Marshall Tucker Band, Rush of Fools, Chris Jansen, or Matty and Tay at the One Main Financial Amphitheater. From hair-raising rides to racing pigs, roping cowboys, and magic shows, there is something for everyone. For tickets, ride specials, and event times, visit nationalpeanutfestival.com.
Here's another satisfied Wolf Radio customer.
Hi, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Jesslyn.
We're the owners of the Little White Dress Shop in Ozark.
We're small business owners, but we have big dreams.
Since we've been advertising with Wolf Radio, our business has tripled.
Wolf gives us a return on our investment that's a small business person's dream.
We recommend Wolf Radio.
For wedding and pageant dresses, see the Little White Dress Shop. For advertising that works, call Wolf Radio.
In the red zone.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. What a big day Saturday was for college football. A lot of the top 25 having to play each other. My Auburn Tigers played on Thursday night, barely beating Kentucky. So, yeah. Well, let's move on to some other exciting games that really made things possible for the week. The top 10 right now as it shook out was Stanford is 10, Florida State is 9, Alabama is 8, Michigan State 7, Clemson Tigers 6, the Bengals or the Bengal Tigers of LSU is 5, TCU is 4, the Utah Utes are 3. If there are any polygamists on that team. Do you think so?
It's Utah.
Did Brigham Young start Utah and BYU?
Good, right?
Yeah.
I think he started both of those colleges, right? At 2 is Baylor Bears, and at 1 is the Ohio State Buckeyes, who wore their all-black unis on Saturday. The top 10 got shook up, mainly because Alabama won their game. Ole Miss lost to Memphis. Shouts out to the Memphis Tigers. It's the first time I think I read the report since Kennedy was president they ever been 6-0. That's a long time. That's a long time. Most of us were not even born. I think maybe one person in here was born at that time, but the rest of us were.
I wonder who he's talking about.
When did Kennedy?
He got 63.
63.
Yeah, I wasn't here either.
Oh, no, nobody was here?
No.
Oh, okay. So nobody was alive when.
Not in this life. It may have been here in my previous existence, but no.
If you didn't watch the Michigan State game and you left, this is what happened at the end of that game, right before the clock went 0.
Don't take your normal steps. One step it, get it out.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the.
That is what happened for you people that not look at the fans. I love the fans, though.
Oh, my God. How could this have happened? This is ludicrous. Oh, look at this. Oh, my goodness.
It's not real. Yeah, it's not real. This is.
Where are the Avengers when you need them?
Wow.
Even the Michigan State fans
can't believe it. Nobody believes
it. This is what happened
They're
here.
afraid to celebrate. Like, this isn't real. My eyes are lying.
What are we doing?
This is not real.
I was on the phone when this happened. I realized I hadn't said nothing in like a full minute. I was sitting there thinking, what is going on? Like, did I miss something in the play? It was 10 seconds left in the game. It was 23-21. All Michigan had to do was punt the ball. They would have won. They did the statistics to it. They said at this point, Michigan State had a .02 chance of winning. Literally, he punched the ball in any kind of way. If it don't go but 5 yards across the line of scrimmage, they would not have had time to run a play, really.
How many seconds did you say was left?
There was 10 seconds.
This was a phenomenal play
because
this
was just a phenomenal play.
Like you said, I was on the phone and was speechless, and I was watching a rerun. I didn't even see it live.
2 days later,
and was still like, did this just happen?
Blake O'Neal, the punter, even the AD, and this is why there's been times I told y'all, suicide watch. Whenever some of these plays happen to players, you have to kind of watch them because it's a lot of pressure from the college. I mean, we're talking about the Wolverines of Michigan.
You mean Blake O'Neal, who's now at East Coweta Community College? I think
he's a senior punter, and even the AD quickly went to the podium and asked people not to be too hard on him. Not to bash him on social media.
That didn't help.
And people started deleting tweets like, "Oh, okay, my bad." Not be hard on him on social media.
He said, "I'm asking that our community not lose this game twice by condoning thoughtless comments."
Oh, that was nice.
He was trying to make sure he saved this kid. It was not necessarily all his fault. It was a low bat snap. He tried to get the ball off. I'm a football purist. I still don't understand what the formation in punting in college is. It used to be you protected the punter on all 3 levels, just as, high school, college, pros. Now in college, they got this, everybody's spread out, and they were talking about, they don't have time to teach the proper way. So they do that rugby.
Well, this will
kick.
teach them.
The AD comes to the podium. Look, let's not lose this game twice. This loser has been through enough. This bum on our team has suffered enough. So I don't want any of you guys contacting this waste of space with mean comments.
But that's a hell of a legacy to carry with you.
Oh, and that's the thing. Different than pros. College history is still Roman chipped into stone. Yeah. It never goes away. These people, it just goes through folklore, and they talk about it forever.
But he'll carry it to the league if he
the first thing I thought is a lot of college players make a living off of the fame they gained in college. They don't go to the league, so they may have a very successful insurance agency based on the fact that I caught the winning pass or I blocked that kick or something like that. Now this dude, his insurance selling days are over.
Put that tweet back up, would you please? Did you see that tweet? I hate you. Please transfer. Sincerely, all Michigan fans.
All Michigan fans.
Michigan.
They got together
Go back to Australia.
and decided that
that's horrible.
Go back to Australia.
He's got 6 retweets and 3 favorites on that.
Quit playing football
all together. Thanks, Mitch.
Isn't that what they used to yell off of Stone
Hope
Mountain?
you know half of Michigan wants to kill you. Now that's what they used to yell off of Stone Mountain.
They used to yell that off of Stone Mountain. Go back to
Africa.
Africa.
But what I'm saying is, and this is from at
Nasib Habab.
Well, his at name is at Habab Nasib, which means he's got connections with killing people. You know what I mean? I'm sure he knows who to reach out to. You see one of them black cabs rolling up to Michigan State.
Logan White says, "Don't go to school Monday."
That may be wise
that's
advice.
Horrible.
That may be wise advice.
And that's why I say suicide watch, because as Big Kenny alluded to, the one thing is that most players, your fame stops where you stop. So you can go back to your hometown, and they're talking about some quarterback that played high school football that, oh man, you should have saw him when he played. It's like watching Napoleon Dynamite, and the uncle kept the whole movie talking about, if coach had just put me in, we would have won.
My life would have been different.
And it's like, ain't you like 50? Why do you keep talking about the coach that put you in?
Because that's all I got. That's all I got.
And everybody knows a dude like that.
Yeah.
Oh, bro,
don't call out his name.
You remember that time I turned that step show out? You mean in '87? That step show?
So this guy's name and this play, I mean, next year, if not this coming Saturday, it will be part of Michigan State's highlight film when they bring the team out. These are those plays that and everybody remembers these moments, especially when it's against your in-state rival. That's what you're always going to add that to.
Yeah. I searched on Twitter for the hashtag of his failure, and I found one that says, "You should have never been born. #love mom." So,
stop that.
He's really going through it right now.
And it might not be his mama, but his daddy definitely was on FanDuel. He lost some money on this, but Michigan State surviving 27-23 over Michigan. The other big news of the week was the old ball coach of.
I want to ask a question, Sports Joc. A lot of times we see how teams will fall out of a high ranking because they lost to a lesser opponent or opponent they were expected to beat. In a what you would call a miracle fluke of sports nature, something like this happens, that still affects your position in the top 10 or in the rankings?
Slightly.
Okay.
Like, as you see, Michigan State only dropped down maybe one spot. But when you think about it, they were on the road. Michigan was favored. Both teams are ranked. Going into the game, Michigan was 12. Michigan State was 7. They only dropped one spot.
Wait, Michigan State went down?
Yes. Are they 8 now? Or did they go up to 6? They only moved one way or the other.
Michigan State is 7 now.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So they really kind of stayed where they were.
Did Michigan
probably, I don't know. I didn't see the whole top 25. I think they moved them down to 21. So for them, it's still a loss because now you're 5-2.
When they were the ones that won, why would they?
Well, because just like sometimes you get jumped based on how you, even though you won,
how you play.
Didn't feel like you played well enough, or the opponent. Think about it, Auburn.
Right.
It's not a science.
The tornado tore up the stadium is why they stopped the game and you won, so that don't move you up in the rankings.
Auburn won against Jacksonville State in overtime. At the time, Auburn was 6. They dropped down to 18, even though they won the game.
Right.
Because they had to go into overtime?
Against that opponent, people felt like, oh, you don't deserve to be that high. And I felt like it was justified to drop too, because if you're number 6, you don't win in overtime against Jacksonville State. When I don't know even if Jacksonville State is in Jackson, Mississippi, or is in Jacksonville, Florida. I watch football, and I would have to Google.
There are people in the states of Mississippi and Florida that still don't know, right? Like, where is this place?
We come back, we'll talk more college football, and Khloe Kardashian will be up later in the show. We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
The Sports Joc Show is now streaming live on YouTube. Visit us at thesportsjoc.com and click on the YouTube logo to be a part of the action.
More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Here's a great way to help out your community. Our wonderful friends at Northside Methodist are presenting their annual yearbook ad sale. These ads will be a great way to circulate your business name in the community. Prices for ads in the Northside Methodist yearbook start at $80 all the way up to a full page for $425. To get your ad in the Northside Methodist yearbook, please call 794-7273. Donations are also accepted. But hurry, your books are only $65 until Christmas. Go Northside Knights!
Would you like to know where your business vehicles are at all times? You could find out with just the click of a mouse. Get unlimited two-way text messaging for just $19 a month from SCI Communications. Call SCI today at 792-5054 or click SCI2way.com for a free demo. That's 792-5054 or click SCI2way.com. 1426 Hartford Highway, Dothan. 7/10 of a mile inside the circle.
Can you tell if the surfaces in this kitchen are crawling with bacteria that could cause chronic arthritis? Listen. You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Jim Whaley Tires is this area's home for Michelin and the new Michelin Premier AS and LTX tires. With innovative EverGrip technology, they're safe when new, safe when worn. Stop by one of the 5 Jim Whaley Tire locations in Dothan, Enterprise, or Ozark, or you can order your tires online at JimWhaleyTires.com. Plus, you can also get a quote or schedule your next service visit online anytime. For good service that goes a long way, go to Jim Whaley Tires or JimWhaleyTires.com.
We will beat any price on a new Buick or GMC any day of the week at Action Buick GMC of Dothan. Take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months, plus a $3,000 cash allowance on remaining 2015 GMC Sierra Crew Cabs in stock, and 0% financing for 60 months, plus $500 cash allowance on select 2015 GMC Acadias in stock. Now is the time to buy, and Action Buick GMC of Dothan is the place to be.
Are you ready for action? Action Buick GMC.
With approved credit, see dealer for complete details.
The Ball is proud to have McDonald's of Dothan as a longtime sponsor of the program. Just as we take giving you the latest in sports information as a serious responsibility, so too does the folks at Dothan area McDonald's take their opportunity to serve you. With combo meals and specials, you get the most for your dollar. Locally owned and operated. The next time you want great tasting burgers or gourmet salads and you want them in a hurry, remember your Dothan area McDonald's. McDonald's of Dothan, located throughout the city.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy, the old ball coach, former Heisman Trophy winner. A lot of you don't even realize that. Steve Spurrier has decided, as he said, to resign, not to retire. He has resigned from the University of South Carolina after being there 10 and a half years. Saying that it's just time. It's time to move on and let the other coaches on his staff have a chance to turn this program around. And he just take a little time off and regroup. And he said you might see him next year or the year after coaching. I think he has earned that ability. He won a national title with Florida. He made Florida relevant again. He was the coach of the year in the SEC 9 times, which is a big honor for how many great coaches they have in the SEC. He's the winningest coach in Florida and now South Carolina's history. So kudos to you, Steve Spurrier, for what you have given the game. And as I said yesterday when I was watching NFL, when you're 70, you get to at any point decide, you know what, hey, I'm gonna go home. I'm kind of tired. That's how old he is. And he said, and I really respected when he said on the recruiting aspect. When you're an old guy and how the new wave is of recruiting and all the social media, he might not be that guy that is with that kind of time to keep up with other programs. We talked about, me and my friends yesterday, just how all the colleges, the fans at Tennessee aren't pleased that the Volunteers changed their jerseys to the gray and the helmet to gray and orange. A lot of teams don't want to beat Oregon. They like their tradition. And I said, I'm one of those people too. I believe even if you change the uniform, I think you should keep your helmet. Your helmet is your symbol. It should always be like Penn State. You know that's Penn State right there. They're going to have that white helmet with that blue stripe down the center, and things like that. You have old school type coaches that might not be willing to play that game anymore and not know how to compete on that, sitting up every night, sending out tweets or keeping up with a player on Instagram. And certain players go to these colleges because of that. I mean, that's just a sign of the times. And some coaches can make that transition, or they can find somebody to help them with that based on how they recruit. Some coaches have never been necessarily hands-on. They've always had other people handling that. But Steve said, in that aspect, he wants a fresh start. I'm quite sure he will land on his feet, and other teams, even on this offseason, are going to ring his phone and see if he's interested in coming there.
It had nothing to do with them being 3-4, 6 in the SEC East. You don't think it had anything to do with that? Maybe his pride got in the way of what he thought he could accomplish, because they're already 3-4, and there's some teams on their schedule that they're not expected to beat. They still got Texas A&M, Tennessee, Florida, Clemson. Do you think he didn't want to take those whoopings in front of the world?
Well, he said
and go out with his legacy tarnished.
Well, he said he feels like it was his time to get out the way, which means that maybe I've been fighting letting these guys do what they want to do.
And now's a great time to let them in.
Now let them in, because especially based on who the coaches are, him leaving now gives them 6 games to basically interview to be kept as the coach next year. Remember, because this is his staff, and especially in college, you get to put your staff together. It's not the pros. Sometimes in the pros,
he picked his legacy.
Yeah, if you're the Dallas Cowboy head coach, Jerry Jones just picks you to be the head coach. You don't necessarily get the coaches you coach with. Whereas in college, especially when you have the power like Spurrier, so I think the losing, not from the embarrassment, but from just being honest, like, hey, you know what, my way isn't working anymore.
I think he knew it was time to step down. He knew. I respect him for that. I just wonder, though, because it was so immediate, that are we going to hear later that maybe there were some health issues or something going on that we don't know about. And
that's why I said at 70.
Yeah, anything is possible.
Yeah, the time it takes, the mileage on the body. I've been doing it so long, I never really stopped. And like Urban Meyer, he left Florida. Took a year or two off, went to do a little TV, and then he got that energy in the back to stand up on that sideline and do all that stuff again. So I'm quite sure, Big Kenny, to answer your question, it definitely has something to do with not necessarily the embarrassment of being 3-4 as much as it is maybe just being honest. And my way
this is an opportunity to improve that record. Yeah, let's see what you can do.
There was a report, I believe it may have been Urban Meyer, who said that he became aware of the fact that he'd missed a lot of his children's lives growing up. When his daughter was receiving an award for valedictorian or something like that, and she made the comment, I'd like to thank my dad for being a great parent, he wasn't always there. You haven't always been there, but you've always given me the courage to strive for what it is that I've desired. And he said that made a major impact on him, that, you know, I've put the game in front of my family and my children. So who knows, at that age too, you may start thinking about, if I were to leave today, I don't even really know my grandkids. I don't even really know my kids. So
yeah, and I always speak, you can tell the love of these coaches, the Mike Krzyzewskis, because you hear about, oh, Mike Krzyzewski's making $5 million a year. When are you going to spend it? Like, you've been coaching, and especially that's what I'm saying, college different than pros. Your off season is recruiting. So even though the season's over, you go for the next 3 months. They put in more hours than anybody, and they end up being like, so now, like he's saying with Steve, I'm 70. I'm barely able to stand up. I'm never going to be able to go do my dream things.
I just want to play golf.
And take a break from this stress. So we'll see how coaching, hopefully he makes it back. But he definitely had an impact on college football, not only as a player in his time back in the 60s, but as a coach as well. Down at Florida, his old school, a lot of controversy. Will Grier, their starting quarterback, not this past weekend, but the week before. It's been a long time since I've seen a player suspended for PEDs in college. Usually players are more pharmaceuticals off the street.
I was thinking more THC.
But Will has PEDs. He's a quarterback. So he is suspended for the rest of the year.
Is that part and parcel of players feeling the pressure to be ready for the NFL now? I mean, because I would imagine at the college level, you probably feel pretty much solid in your position where you are. And why are you taking PEDs? To get a better college player or to prepare yourself for NFL life?
I think kids and parents alike are so caught up in sports that they're trying to make a kid ready for the pros freshman year of high school.
Right.
When you go to these schools and the kid is on some schedule where the parent, since he was 6 and 7, had him doing some kind of sport 350 of the 365 days a year. And, oh, yeah, we're in Rome. Oh, yeah, we're in Pakistan. And, well, when did you get involved? I was like, just in middle school. Coach gave me a helmet, and I went to play. Oh, really? You didn't do it? No, it wasn't no special diet. And, it was bubble gum and good,
And now they got kids in middle school taking protein shakes and, getting ready. So
when if you want to go to the NFL, all you really need to do is steal some Hostess cakes out of the pig pen. You know what I mean? And just run around and eat regular.
Right.
Have a couple pork sandwiches, and you'll have longevity. I think. Now, do you think?
But do you see that in our social environment?
Well, I'm asking: changing. Is that most of that? I would imagine at an early age is the parents' choice. I don't think kids in the 6th grade think, Mom, I need some protein shakes and I want to go to Pakistan.
The media is part of it too.
And that's why I said parents and kids,
right?
Because both of them, whether it's coming from the kid or it's coming from the parent, this journey. Because remember, sports apparel grew so much.
You're right.
From being able to tap that money of that 5-year-old, that 6-year-old. Them pads and cleats still cost money. That's what they learned. It's so much about just basically capitalism. As I talk about pro football was always top, but the money part jumped when let's start breast cancer awareness,
marketing.
And they
breast cancer is not even the number 1 cancer killer in the U.S., but it was the most marketable. Because it females and it's going to get them in and
it's about breasts.
The NFL,
you get to say breasts.
The NFL loves women, man. They don't even talk about prostate cancer. Lung cancer is the number 1 killer, but They don't have no law. They don't even stop. First of all, maybe because they're scared of the tobacco company.
Yeah.
But they don't never give
That's a valid
the Marlboro man no love. They just
it's dudes sitting on the sidelines smoking a cigar wearing a pink headband.
We'll be back with more of the Sports Joc Show after this. Wrap up college football, and maybe we'll get around to
not talking about
those street women out there in L.A. when we get back. For more of the Sports Joc Show, 888-926-7562.
Listen to the Sports Joc Show with former Auburn Tiger and NFL great Wayne Gandy live Mondays 9 a.m. to 12 noon on Sports Talk WOOF AM 560 and FM 100.1 following the game plan with Lance Griffith right here on The Ball.
More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
SAMC Sweet Tea Society is kicking off our 4th annual Sip and Learn program Thursday, November 5th at 5 p.m. at the Depot off Main. It's for women who want to stay healthy and have fun, meet new people, and get a healthy dose of knowledge. Our topic with Dr. Patel will focus on hot flashes and menopause. We'll have door prizes and refreshments following the program, so sign up today. Go to samc.org for more Sweet Tea Society information, and we'll see you Thursday, November 5th at the Depot off Main.
Our specialty is always being here to take care of you. SAMC has enough specialty physicians and staff to take care of your emergencies, day or night. As the region's largest not-for-profit hospital, we provide you with the most talented physicians, most highly trained staff, and the latest technology 24 hours a day. Emergencies can happen at any time. SAMC is ready to respond at a moment's notice. Learn more at samc.org or call 334-712-3336.
I was leaving an exercise class.
All of a sudden, the pain started. My entire chest.
Shortness of breath, very fatigued, nauseated. Thought that it was nothing much, maybe just stress. You're having a heart attack.
I'm healthy, I'm young. There's no way it could be my heart. No way.
Heart disease doesn't discriminate. Listen to your body, go get checked.
Heart disease is the #1 killer in women,
and this is something that we can fight.
Visit GoRedForWomen.org to learn a woman's risk for heart disease.
Trade in your high monthly bill for a better deal at SCI Communications for just $12.50 a month. Get top-notch performance at the absolute lowest monthly air fees available. SCI Communications with coverage in and between Dothan, Enterprise, Abbeville, Donaldsonville, and Webb. SCI Communications, 1426 Hartford Highway, Dothan. On the web at www.sci2way.com. Call 792-5054.
If you're a young worker, retirement probably seems like a lifetime away. Social Security protects you with disability and survivor's coverage as well as retirement. The time to learn about retirement and how much you may need to save for a comfortable one is now. Visit the Retirement Estimator to get an instant, personalized estimate of your own future benefits. You'll find it at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. College football. We were talking about Coach Spurrier retiring and freshman Will Greer, the quarterback, now being suspended for the year. Florida did play LSU this past Saturday. LSU dominant. I don't really, it's going to be a big clash between LSU and Alabama. But Leonard Fournette, he is the real deal at running back, and Les Miles and this team. Big Baby Davis at the game, former LSU Tiger. Big Baby because they used to call him Baby Shaq. And as we've shown you on this show, he really knows how to smoke. I don't know if y'all remember that picture when he was looking at it like, man, that's some of that good.
Yummy.
Over in Amsterdam.
Big Baby appreciates some of the finer things. He was at the game. Tom Cruise, Mission Impossible 35, Let's see Tom Cruise at the game down in Baton Rouge. I'm quite sure they probably shooting some kind of action movie down there. But
look, him and the kid are the same height.
If you haven't,
not much tall.
If you haven't realized it, stars know that sporting events are the biggest things you can be at. Even here when Georgia was playing South Carolina, Jeb Bush down there tailgating, and other politicians have used sports platforms because they know that camera is a big, huge audience that is tuning in.
NBA too.
And sometimes just being at a sporting event, we saw President Obama show that. We've seen different politicians at times show. It kind of lets people know, hey, I'm human. I like the game. It's twofold.
Right.
So they probably do love the sports, as Obama loves basketball, but it's also to give people that kind of he's just sitting in the stands. He loves,
And
I'm regular.
And it gives Scientology, man. We ain't in class today. It's about football
and Gators.
And for people like him, trust me, it's an eye-opening experience to just see that kind of crowd. And I don't really think until you go to a college, if you want to see fans enthralled in something, it is a college football game more than anything. Yes, some pro teams like the Packers and those places, but the college people are totally bought in.
It's cult-like.
It's a cult type.
And the mentality.
Thing. It's you didn't even know they made that many products with your college name on it. It's like, what? They got Auburn TV. what is this brand?
And I say many a time, I've seen what I thought were major college programs. Southern Miss has a very nice program, strong following. Mississippi State, Ole Miss. When I went to Auburn,
right,
and saw Auburn football, I was like, really?
It's like Florida football too. Those Gators are not playing with you.
Wow, this is college.
Yes.
This is for just a college game, and like you say, you see people with motorhomes painted with the Auburn logo.
It's that
on
alumni.
It.
That alumni
I'm thinking,
they can run the world.
You can afford a motorhome and for to have it wrapped. You know what I'm saying? You can have it wrapped and buy it.
And then the car they pull behind is also wrapped.
It's also wrapped to match and everything.
The grill.
They got their kids painted blue and orange.
The children. That's what I'm saying. You go there until you go to the actual game, you don't even realize. Because if you just stay outside and go to the Champs or the Foot Locker, there's like 2 items.
Right.
And then you go to the actual college and go to one of their stores and realize, man, they got 3-piece suits up in here. You can get any shoe in any brand with Auburn
with Auburn on it. My son's name is War. My daughter's name is Eagle. They really take it serious.
Tom Cruise knowing, hey, I want people out. I better give them that view of me. And I have to do some research to see if he has any connection to Baton Rouge. But I know a lot of stars, they show up because that's where they be filming. I know here in Atlanta, sometimes you're at the Hawks games, and I'll see the cast from The Vampire Diaries,
The Walking Dead,
or The Walking Dead in the game. The guy from Mad Men when they were here shooting movies, because a lot of them, a couple of actors from the last Avengers movie when they were shooting part of it here.
You always run into
the Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games.
You run into them at sporting events and strip clubs.
Check them out at Cheetah.
You'll definitely run into them.
Down in South Florida, 2 players after their victory last week against Syracuse at South Florida, Lamar Robbins and Benjamin Knox, discharging a firearm. They are still in lockup from what I hear on a $15,000 bail. At the University of Florida, once again in the news, the whole state just staying in the news. Cornerback DeAndre Porter shooting a gun close to his girlfriend. He's a freshman. He has been dismissed from the team. He has been charged with aggravated battery and aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The story was that he had found out that she had been sleeping with a teammate. Somewhere in there, an argument broke out. He was trying to see whether the baby was his or the teammate. Just all bad all around. First of all, you're 18. You did enough in your life to get a scholarship to get out of whatever situation you was in. Now that's gone. Without even looking at how the law is written, something tells me that gun that you had probably was not yours. You pulled it on a college campus, which is a penalty.
Federal offense.
You pointed it at a person, which is a felony. You discharged it on a college campus, which I'm quite sure is a felony.
Throwing some domestic violence.
And then you discharge it on a college campus and didn't hit nobody, which ruins your street cred altogether.
So just a sad, especially when you're 18 years old. The kids at University of South Florida, they're 21. There was another shooting out in, I want to say, California. Kid discharged a firearm. I got to look it up. Guns on campus. Do you remember that being a thing? I do. I remember a couple of guys had shotguns, but this is when you could drive around with it on the rack.
Now they're voting to get that back in there. I saw the University of Georgia is voting to have concealed weapons approved on campus.
Well, and I believe when I was in college, I don't know if it was a thing in college just with me and my friends, but there were guns around. But with this, I would like to say to young men, in these situations, a lot of these guys, he's having a problem with, was she with his teammate? You probably met her and knew her first as our girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then you wanted to make her, right, you caught feelings and you wanted to make it exclusive, and she just kept being who she's always been, the girl who likes the team.
Right.
And now you gonna go out and ruin your life.
Right. They don't, because they don't, a lot of men, kind of like women, when they meet men and think, well, I'll change him. A lot of men go under that same assumption that, well, she will stop for me, and we all get hurt by that. Because we don't want to understand she is the pass-around girl.
When her Instagram name is Cheryl, you can get this Jenkins. Trust me, it ain't no future in that Playboy.
And there's always that one guy that falls for the pass-around girl.
I can rescue her.
I can get her to change. I feel y'all just don't understand her pain. It's deeper. It's deeper than what y'all
he said her pain and deeper in the same sentence for the pass around girl.
But it's the pass around girl, and you're right, Vic Kenny. This definitely, especially he's a freshman, and we are all men that go to college are susceptible to as our freshman state because it's a new game, and we're kind of out of water there those first couple of months, and we get attached to that first person.
The women you couldn't get in high school.
unless your uncle was a pimp. And then you go to college like, hey, I'm cool.
Yeah, my freshman year, you bump into a girl. I was at Auburn, and she said she, goes to Alabama State, which is in Montgomery and 50 miles away. I'll jump on the road after practice and run down there. A year later, once I become back to my prominence now, where you live? Oh, Black. Oh, that's like, nah, that's too far. Like, don't you know who I am? I can't ride that far.
That's like 5 minutes.
And I mean,
you got to be local.
And in my case,
like in the same block.
In my case, my uncle literally was a pimp. Yeah. I'm serious. I never had those issues because he let me tell you something, young blood. But don't you ever.
But that's to be true. We all
and
have
it's a lot of dudes
because we're transitioning from talking to a high school girl to being in where we're the oldest. And when you're in high school and you're a senior, you're the elder.
Right.
When you go to college, you're back at the bottom. So now you're 18. There's 22, 23-year-olds there.
Right.
Interested in you.
Your name your game doesn't translate. It takes you a minute to speak that language.
Unless your uncle was a pimp.
Unless your uncle was a pimp.
I keep referring to that.
So in this sad case, a man
very sad,
losing at least right now, his immediate future.
And someone could have lost their life. That's what's most important.
Two people, because she is
pregnant. She could have been right.
So sad case down in Florida. A lot of drama in, it's the Sunshine State, the home of the heavyweight. And don't let me tell you about the crime rate. That is much more. The Sports Joc Show right after this.
He said, wait. If you like to listen to the Sports Joc Show, then you'll love watching live on YouTube. Listen to thesportsjoc.com or search for the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy on YouTube.
of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Welcome to today's lottery drawing. And today's winning numbers are not yours, not yours, and another number that's not yours. And the final number is not yours.
When it comes to having money, don't rely on luck. Brew your own coffee at home instead of buying that latte. Brown bag it to work instead of ordering it. Go to feedthepig.org for more free ideas on how to save. Feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Surprise, surprise! The best deals are at Mitchell Mazda Lincoln Enterprise.
Mo knows how to get it done, so come score a great deal. Like our gas-efficient 2016 Mazda 6, or touchdown in our 5-star safety-rated 2016 Lincoln MKZ, or kick off the season with one of our prime-time performing pre-owned vehicles today. Who can make a play? You can make a play.
At Mitchell Mazda Lincoln Enterprise.
One call takes care of all that garbage. Mark Dunning Industries. With 30 years experience, MDI lets you take care of other problems. Garbage and waste disposal, they got that handled. Every garbage dumpster for your business and construction, including front load and roll-off services. Plus, upfront pricing, no hidden fees, even online bill pay. Phone 983-1506 or click on the web, markdunning.com. Dedicated to service, devoted to green. Mark Dunning Industries.
I'm Peyton Manning, and I joined Nationwide because they put members first. And what's important to you is important to them.
What about my car?
Yep. My retirement? Uh-huh.
Our house?
Definitely. Protecting what you care about. Just another way Nationwide does it right. Nationwide is on your side.
Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates, Columbus, Ohio. Paid spokesperson. Subject to underwriting guidelines. Scales and availability vary.
Call your local Nationwide insurance office here in Dothan and ask for Sean Cunningham or David Cornelius. To learn more about our lower home insurance rates, 334-677-6238.
Roadmart offers you a full line of passenger, truck, semi, and agricultural tires. Roadmart is also your tune-up, alignment, brake service, air conditioning, and oil change specialist. And Roadmart offers a nationwide warranty on all repairs. 0% financing available, plus they're the largest family-owned shop in the Wiregrass with 6 locations. 2 locations in Dothan, plus Troy, Ozark Enterprise, and Mariana. Roadmart for all your automotive needs.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may fill me up, yeah. Can you fill me up, yeah? You won't break me down. I've come so far, yeah. I've come so far, yeah. To just throw in the towel. It's a new day, I'ma do it. Yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. We are here always Monday, 9 to noon in some fashion. Today we are live. We have been dealing with more of college sports. We're going to talk NFL in this hour. The best part of this NFL hour is the Raiders didn't play, so I don't have to talk to Jared today. I owe him no allegiance since the Raiders did not play in a game. Just sit there and take this, Jared. Take it. Take it. For you people who play bridge, I would like to let you know bridge is not a sport. It went before the congressional hearing. They were trying to get bridge constituted as a sport. I don't even know how to play bridge. I guess it's some form of tunk. Is it? No. But even the court said that a sport is something that you have to physically be exerting yourself. It's not shuffling a deck and talking about what is the key word in bridge when you win. You know how like checkmate or tunk out. What is bridge? Nobody. Everybody's looking like Uno. I don't know anything about bridge, but it is not a sport. It's not a sport. And before we get on, and we're going to talk about other things in our movie and entertainment later, So I'm going to get this out right now. Anybody want to tell me out there, call in 888-926-7562. What drug was Randy Quaid and his wife Evie on? They tried to sneak back in the country. They have been arrested. $500,000 bond. They left 5 years ago. Remember Randy Quaid from, what's that? Cousin Eddie. Yes, Cousin Eddie. He was in the Independence Day. He was the daddy that saved the world. Kept saying he was abducted by aliens. Y'all don't remember Randy Quaid? That guy, Randy Quaid. He was in Vacation, the first one. When they put the grandmama on top of the car. And I laughed. I'm going to tell you, that was a funny scene. Yay, Lord. But him and his wife were trying to cross back over from Canada. They had left the country 5 years ago, the article says. They skipped out on the country 5 years ago after being charged with vandalism in California. And they tried to get back in last week, and they got caught at the border, him and his wife Evie, and they're being held on a $500,000 bond. So I don't know what kind of vandalism that was. I mean, that was that real deal. I mean, I just told you some guys were shooting guns and didn't get but $15,000. So somebody look up this real vandalism. But I just wanted to talk about that before we got into the NFL report. As I said, we'll start out on, we got The Truth is in the building, Miss Renee Jemison.
Hello.
And the funny man himself, Chicago's finest, who did not share a line with Lamar Odom.
I thought we weren't talking about Lamar
I'm
Odom.
selfish.
Because he's selfish. That's what
but the information I just got about what Randy Quaid did is I believe his home had been foreclosed on. And they refused to leave the property, and while they were there, severely damaged the property on, not normal wear and tear.
Okay.
But
so the bank is after him because now it is not your home.
Right.
So they destroyed the place that they built in rebellion of being put out.
Right.
Sounds like the Russians in World War II.
It sounds like every foreclosure I've ever sold.
And then they do that in the Civil War too. They burnt down Atlanta. It was scorched earth policy or something.
They did it in Buckhead. They do it everywhere.
Scorched earth was to prevent the advancing army from using the resources.
Yeah, that's what Randy Quaid was doing.
Yeah. Right. Nobody else is gonna live in my house.
Ain't nobody finna live here. I can't live here.
Right.
Let me tell you something, Clark.
That's the same principle.
It's a Griswold tradition that we destroy stuff that we get evicted from.
Oh, last night the Colts invited Tom Brady into his house, and if you don't remember Deflategate, the Colts are the team who told on the Patriots, who set Tom Brady on fire once again. I really believe without this motivation, Tom would be playing a little worse. But going into this season, to let all you fans and remind you that I am Tom Terrific. And it don't matter what ball that's going to be thrown around, I'm going to throw it, and we're going to win. Last night, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, throwing the ball to everybody. LeGarrette smoked 2 blunt, got into the action. You do some old Sports Joc Show, you'll get the smoke too.
Everybody know. Ain't nothing changed with LeGarrette. They know exactly how he gets down.
With the cool name of Blunt.
Yeah.
I mean, it don't.
He's the same old LB.
The Patriots winning 34-27. The Colts are now 3-3. The Patriots are 5-0. And Big Kenny and Truth, is this not just poetic for a man to really just display? You were trying to label him as though his career was based on cheating. Now he's basically rubbing in your face that, no, I was throwing those touchdowns. It doesn't matter. Your ball,
what you
my
did
ball.
With the ball.
It was still me throwing the ball.
Yeah.
And now with regulation balls, we're 5-0. And I have a cast of almost unknown players. That the only reason you know them is because I made them known.
It's me, Rob Gronkowski, and this guy, and the other guy, and the 2 dudes out on the end. That's what they call him, right? And the kick guy.
You're right.
And that's the one he's most familiar with, the kick guy. hey, kick guy, because he notices him when he sees him. That's kick guy.
Yeah,
but the others, this guy on the left side.
You come here.
Right.
So you saying when he tell them to move, he don't call them by their name.
He don't know their name.
Hey, kick guy, come here.
Yeah, man, over there.
Hey, guy on the left side.
but he does say Grunk. He calls Gronkowski by his name right.
Gronk. Tell kick guy. I said, tell guy on the left side and tell him to go long. I'm going to throw it to him. He's going to score a touchdown, and then he can ask for a bigger contract next.
Yeah, he's walking around with his middle finger in the ear after all that Deflategate. He's not even
And
thinking
I
about
never
you.
knew that the Colts were the ones that told on him.
Who else would have told?
Remember they beat the Colts like
Right, I remember they beat him,
55-3.
but that's like
they murdered
Kobe
him.
on some Shaq did it too. You know what I mean? Never be the guy that tells when you get caught.
Well, especially with where it worked out. It's still not really that relevant. It's not mattering the way they play. The case is thrown out for the season.
They played them close though.
But my question was, Tom scored all his points with his ball. Why didn't you only score 3 points with your ball? Like, you trying to say, what happened that you only got 3 points? And I understand there's always the question of pushing the line of cheating and things like that. I just think that Tom showing this, he can walk away with his Super Bowls and once again remind you that, yeah, maybe here and there I did push the envelope, but I was still that guy.
I am talent. Yeah, he's talented.
I was still that talent. That
And by the way, did I mention my wife is hot?
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't feel bad enough about the life that I live.
Yeah.
I wonder
my
if
wife's really hot.
He probably sits by Grunk on the plane. And then, Grunk, who is that guy right there? Oh, that's the dude you threw the 2 touchdowns to. Oh, that's him?
2 touchdown guy.
He looks totally different without his helmet on.
Now he has a new name. Instead of guy out there on the left, he's 2 touchdown guy now.
Oh, as I said, the Saints regrouping and beating the Falcons on Thursday night. The Falcons were trying to go 6-0. The Saints, it was a classic trap game. It was a 3-day week, short week. You're playing against probably your most hated rival in their house. They're in a desperation game. Remember, they're 1-4, so the speech, it's easy to give speeches when it's like that. You just start walking around with a pink slip.
Some of us going to get fired.
Yeah.
That's the speech.
See this piece of paper?
Some of us ain't going to be here next week.
If we don't win this game tonight, some of y'all look for this in the morning. And it's kind of that way, and at least that kind of conversation gets you one game. So the Saints might go right back to being the Saints
probably
next week.
Yeah.
Because Drew Brees played like the Drew Brees of old. You
he was looking beautiful.
It's always different against the Falcons. It becomes emotional at some point.
And you could tell his arm is still sore because you could see him at different times. He kept doing this. It was real subtle, but you could tell that arm. It was always, and that's what that rotator cuff does. It's bruised, so he's trying to get that comfort to keep it up. And but he was playing above and beyond, looking like the Drew Brees of old. And they used Benjamin Watson like they used to use Graham. The Falcons haven't covered the Saints tight end in 10 years. It's the same play.
And Julio was looking like Julio 2026 or something like that. He wasn't.
On his hamstring, so that's why I said they caught the Falcons riding high and. Just like any
emotional matchup as well.
Any in-state, whether it's college, high school, your rival, the record kind of goes out. It might go the way of, okay, you're 6-0 and we're 0-6, but in some games you can't be surprised if Auburn beats Alabama.
And you've been in both locker rooms. Is that you really felt it too?
Yes. It became, especially how the Saint fans turned on me so fast. It was the year before we were going through Katrina. We love you, Wayne, and thank you guys for going through all that.
Gandy, I want to have your baby.
I go back a year later. I can't even say the words that the fans were saying. I'm like, man, what happened to the love 8 months ago?
Pork is no good for you. You were like, why would you be so cruel?
More of the Sports Joc Show in just a second.
Listen to the Sports Joc Show with former Auburn Tiger and NFL great Wayne Gandy live Mondays 9 a.m. to 12 noon on Sports Talk WOOF AM 560 and FM 100.1, followed by The Huddle with Gary and John right here on The Ball.
the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Baseball players. Want to see how your game measures up against the best in the country? Then you want to participate in Dothan's first ever Perfect Game National Indoor League at Kirkland Sports Performance in Dothan. The league uses HitTrax, the world's first batting simulator, to measure all the data points needed to improve your swing and take it to the next level. Leagues begin in November and are available from high school players down to 10-year-olds. To register, go to JakeKirklandSports.com or call Jake 702-1999. One call takes care of all that garbage. Mark Dunning Industries. With 30 years experience, MDI lets you take care of other problems. Garbage and waste disposal, they got that handled. Every garbage dumpster for your business and construction, including front load and roll-off services. Plus, upfront pricing, no hidden fees, even online bill pay. Phone 983-1506 or click on the web, markdunning.com. Dedicated to service, devoted to green. Mark Dunning Industries.
Here at Bojangles, no one tells us that we have to use fresh, never frozen chicken. No one tells us that it must be marinated for 12 hours in a special blend of seasonings. And no one tells us that we need to hand bread our chicken twice. No one tells us we have to make our chicken the old-fashioned way, but that's how we do it. Because our customers keep coming back for more. And that tells us all we need to know. Grab a Big Bo box and feed the whole group with chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea. Bojangles. It's Bo time.
Our specialty is always being here to take care of you. SAMC has enough specialty physicians and staff to take care of your emergencies, day or night. As the region's largest not-for-profit hospital, we provide you with the most talented physicians, most highly trained staff, and the latest technology 24 hours a day. Emergencies can happen at any time. SAMC is ready to respond at a moment's notice. Learn more at samc.org or call 334-712-3336.
SAMC Sweet Tea Society is kicking off our 4th annual Sip and Learn program Thursday, November 5th at 5 p.m. at the Depot off Main. It's for women who want to stay healthy and have fun, meet new people, and get a healthy dose of knowledge. Our topic with Dr. Patel will focus on hot flashes and menopause. We'll have door prizes and refreshments following the program, so sign up today. Go to samc.org for more Sweet Tea Society information, and we'll see you Thursday, November 5th at the Depot off Main.
From November 6th through the 15th, make blue ribbon memories at the National Peanut Festival. Don't miss the Scrambles and Demo Derby in the Wells Fargo Arena or livestock shows in the Winn-Dixie Ag Complex. See Tyler Farr, Marshall Tucker Band, Rush of Fools, Chris Jansen, or Matty and Tay at the One Main Financial Amphitheater. From hair-raising rides to racing pigs, roping cowboys, and magic shows, there is something for everyone. For tickets, ride specials, and event times, visit nationalpeanutfestival.com.
Here's another satisfied Wolf Radio customer.
Hi, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Jesslyn.
We're the owners of the Little White Dress Shop in Ozark.
We're small business owners, but we have big dreams.
Since we've been advertising with Wolf Radio, our business has tripled.
Wolf gives us a return on our investment that's a small business person's dream.
We recommend Wolf Radio.
For wedding and pageant dresses, see the Little White Dress Shop. For advertising that works, call Wolf Radio.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Tonight's game, the Giants and the Eagles. I would say it's a more do-or-die game for the Eagles. They're 2-3. The Giants are a much better team than I think their record of 3-2. Eli and the guys, that's how they win. They've always won ugly, and they know how to win that way. It won't be no surprise if they win that division. The Eagles really need to get on track with a win. That's tonight, 8:30. The Giants and the Eagles. Yesterday, the Dolphins taking on Tennessee. The Dolphins with their new head coach. They fired Fieldman the week before, and they went out and got a win. It's funny. Got a little new blood in there. They scored 38 points. Ryan Tannehill played great.
Nothing like the top guy getting fired to make you think it might be me next. So I'm going to go out here and do a little bit more than I usually do.
Oh, you wanted me to catch that ball? Yeah, we're going to get you out of here. And sometimes that's what it takes to kind of get the team's attention. And that is the speech. I was on teams. Sometimes I survived the new coach. Sometimes I didn't. And it wasn't always based on how good you were. A lot of it is based on he has a different philosophy. You could be a power running back, but he likes to run what we call scat small backs. You might be he might like a 4-3 defense, and the defense that personnel that he has is a 3-4 defense. So he might ride this year with it because that's all he can do. And then you find yourself, because a 4-3 defense doesn't need a nose tackle. So it's not always, and it's always one of those. You look at a roster today, or you see a new coach. 3 years later, you will see about 10% of the guys, 15% of the guys from 3 years previous. That's how the turnover is, and most of it is, unless you fit his philosophy or you're already on some kind of huge contract, he might move you. So if you're Matt Ryan, you're safe because the money's already been written. He has to try to work with you. But if you're Roddy White and he's looking like, hey, I'm more of a defensive guy, so I can take Roddy's $3-4 million and go get the kind of defensive guy I want. No slap at Roddy. People always think it doesn't mean that he's sorry. It just means the new coach. And when you think about it, he survived 4 coaches and still here.
He's had a good run.
So to be able to say that, to be able to play under 4 coaches in his career in the same city, because even when I was with the Rams, my first 5 years, I had 3 head coaches. And when Vermeil came, he had a different philosophy. I left, went to Pittsburgh.
Now, Roddy, I know you listening. We're not forecasting nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No, because it's one of those questions people keep asking me, man, what you think? And I said, man, you gotta realize when a new head coach comes in anything, basketball, baseball, it starts becoming where he can cut some money to get the 2 or 3 guys he likes.
It start off by cutting his playing time, though? I mean, so he can, figure it out?
Well, yeah, because I'm hoping that someone like a Hankerson can be the second receiver. Because Julio's young, so yeah, I'm gonna hitch my wagon to Julio. Rod's a little older. Steve Smith had to leave Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not because Steve Smith didn't have these last couple years in him, but in their mind, I want to keep this linebacker. I need to get his money to Kilchie. I need to get his money to Thomas Davis. Is that how you say his name? Kelchie? Keekly. Okay.
Pretty much the same thing.
It's not spelled like that, is it? It's kind of spelled like Colucci. Yeah. I knew it was kind of funny spelling too.
You know who we talking about.
But I always try to explain that every time you get let go, it's not because you're playing bad or you're going to fall off. Sometimes it's a new head coach comes, and that old half the room is going to change when I leave. It's true because half of you are my guys that I said in the meeting and said, I want this person, I want that person. So those people, just like the coaches they bring, leave with them. That's just how it works.
And you've also said that some of that is relationships. These coaches have basically helped to mold these players since college.
Mm-hmm.
And, hey, if I ever get my chance as head coach, you're going with me.
Yes.
And so I'm bringing him in.
This is my guy. This is my kind of guy.
I raised him.
I finally got the head coach. That's how I got a guy. So places I went, even when I left, Jim Haslett was the defensive coordinator in Pittsburgh when I first got there. My contract's up. I'm a free agent. Hey, come play with me. I want you down here. When I got traded here, Tom Donahoe, who used to be in Tampa, wanted me to come to Tampa 15 years earlier or 12 years earlier. That's how it kind of worked. You never know. That guy still has your name written down somewhere that, hey, this is the kind of guy I like, and this is the kind of guy I want on my team. So the Dolphins 38-10 and firings and all that, it'll get you one game. Now, I can't tell you to go bet on the Dolphins next week. But
you couldn't tell me that.
But when a coach get fired and you the next team up, you're going to get their best shot because
they got a point to prove.
Everybody.
Well, somebody just don't want to put their house up for sale. You know what I mean? I can't move right now. My kid's in school. Middle of the school year. Junior thriving. I don't want to uproot him.
out in San Francisco, Baltimore, who without that stellar defense has fallen to 1-5. The 49ers getting their second victory of the year. Colin Kaepernick finally in the sixth game of his season, looking like the guy that they deserves the kind of money that they pay him. Still sacked a lot, but able to get a win, 25-20 over Joe Flacco. Baltimore was a defensive team, and it's going to be with all those. Ray Lewis retired. Ed Reed left. Suggs hurt his Achilles. He's not there. Well, how do you say his name? Nahadi.
Keekly?
No. What's the guy that went to Detroit? Nahadi. Yeah. I forgot how you say his name. Big fellow that was in the middle, very dominant. He's in Detroit now, so you're looking at a almost revamped defense. Alohi Nata or something like that.
Alohi Nata.
He is gone, so Baltimore fans, trust me, the organization is definitely a dedicated organization. You might have one off year, but they are going to rebound because they love their football in Baltimore.
Do you think it's the missing those iconic pep talks from Ray Lewis? That
I just want y'all to know that when you go out there, you got to feel what Jesus has made you feel. Like you know that you feel it's a resurrection.
Yeah.
And everybody be like, what is
that impacts it does impact the team.
And everybody's just frightened like, I think he's losing his mind.
Yeah, and that gets even on the offensive side. That gets everybody to feel like, hey, we got a chance and we just play hard. It's all about, especially on the pro level, motivation. And if you can't motivate as a coach, if you can't get that guy to want to be all that he is every week, that's what they call losing your team, when it's like, oh, we got this meeting.
and from a strict fan's point of view, most people would imagine the $9.2 million a year would be motivation enough for a professional athlete, but that's not enough. No. Some people, like you said, don't even go into it with, I'm going to play in the NFL. They end up in the NFL and think that it's just an eventuality. I'm here because I'm here and whatever. And if no one's there to make you feel a part of something, to make you feel like you want to give your best effort, you'll just collect the check.
Yes, you're still a human being, and you can easily be like, well, 9.2 get me to show up, but it don't get me to show up with this ankle that's almost falling off.
Right.
But that motivation that my team needs me, that motivation that this city loves our games, will get me to go.
Right.
A lot of players with Drew Brees' injury would go ahead on, man, put me on the sideline for the year. I'm guaranteed $20 million. I don't need to be out here anymore.
Paid.
Now, not everybody will play a year and a half with a torn rotator cuff.
Yeah, and that's what you're looking for. And sometimes that's just out of the coach and other teammates conveying to you that it really matters that you show up.
Leadership in the locker room.
That we need to show up. One more game before we go to break. The Bears and Detroit. The Bears losing to Detroit. Detroit winning their first game. Yes, I said that. With all that talent and that high payroll, the Lions won their first game. They're now 1-5. The Bears are 2-4. Big Kenny is ducking his head. His Bears. Jay Cutler played pretty decent for Jay Cutler, but they still
listen. You can go. You can go 1-15 as long as you beat Detroit. That's how Chicago feels.
Okay.
Just beat. Well, two teams we want to beat: Green Bay and Detroit, but especially Detroit, especially when they haven't won a game, and then you let them beat you. That's just Chicagoans are crestfallen this
Once
morning.
again, Big Kenny.
I know.
The lesson of the day is somebody walked in the locker room like, look, if you receive one of these tomorrow morning, please report to Roger over at equipment. If you get one of these tomorrow morning,
and there's a bag with your name on it.
Because it goes both ways. Look, we haven't won a game, but we at least need to beat Chicago.
Right, exactly.
If we don't beat
Falcons
anybody,
Saints, same thing.
Right, exactly.
And it's an easy speech. We're 0-5, and basically, hey, if we don't win this, we have no chance of making the playoffs, which means that I can start switching anybody in and out now because the playoffs
season is over.
The season is over. Right. If we go that 0-6, we would have to win 10 straight games,
and there are only 8 left.
We haven't even played the good teams yet.
If you show up in the locker room and they got that U-Haul refrigerator magnet in your locker, you know, and this might be my last game here.
We'll go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the Steelers and the NFL with its hypocrisy and much more to NFL right after this.
The Sports Joc Show welcomes Sports Talk Woof the Ball on AM 560 and FM 100.1 to the Sports JOC Radio Network family.
Nothing's gonna change his way.
More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Great way to help out your community. Our wonderful friends at Northside Methodist are presenting their annual yearbook ad sale. These ads will be a great way to circulate your business name in the community. Prices for ads in the Northside Methodist yearbook start at $80 all the way up to a full page for $425. To get your ad in the Northside Methodist yearbook, please call 794-7273. Donations are also accepted. But hurry, yearbooks are only $65 until Christmas. Go Northside Knights!
Would you like to know where your business vehicles are at all times? You could find out with just the click of a mouse. Get unlimited two-way text messaging for just $19 a month from SCI Communications. Call SCI today at 792-5054 or click sci2way.com for a free demo. That's 792-5054 or click sci2way.com. 1426 Hartford Highway, Dothan. 7/10 of a mile inside the circle.
Can you tell if the surfaces in this kitchen are crawling with bacteria that could cause chronic arthritis? Listen. You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Jim Whaley Tires is this area's home for Michelin and the new Michelin Premier AS and LTX tires. With innovative EverGrip technology, they're safe when new, safe when worn. Stop by one of the 5 Jim Whaley Tire locations in Dothan, Enterprise, or Ozark, or you can order your tires online at JimWhaleyTires.com. Plus, you can also get a quote or schedule your next service visit online anytime. For good service that goes a long way, go to Jim Whaley Tires or JimWhaleyTires.com.
We will beat any price on a new Buick or GMC any day of the week at Action Buick GMC of Dothan. Take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months, plus a $3,000 cash allowance on remaining 2015 GMC Sierra Crew Cabs in stock, and 0% financing for 60 months, plus $500 cash allowance on select 2015 GMC Acadias in stock. Now is the time to buy, and Action Buick GMC of Dothan is the place to be.
Are you ready for action? Action Buick GMC.
With approved credit, see dealer for complete details.
The Ball is proud to have McDonald's of Dothan as a longtime sponsor of the program. Just as we take giving you the latest in sports information as a serious responsibility, so too does the folks at Dothan area McDonald's take their opportunity to serve you. With combo meals and specials, you get the most for your dollar. Locally owned and operated. The next time you want great tasting burgers or gourmet salads and you want them in a hurry, remember your Dothan area McDonald's. McDonald's of Dothan, located throughout the city.
I got a good thing. Ain't gonna give it up. I got a mighty good thing. Ain't gonna give it up. Girl, I got just won't quit that. She won't stop loving but just a little bit. She's fine.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy, running through the NFL report. Speaking of running through, see how that led over, running through. The Green Bay Packers playing the San Diego Chargers. Aaron Rodgers at home in their bumble. Well, that mustard Navy combo from the early 30s that the Rodgers and the boys were sporting yesterday. Green Bay, once again, 6-0. Aaron Rodgers kind of playing like Tom Brady, other than Eddie Lacy and Randall Cobb. It starts getting hazy who the rest of the people are on the field, but doing enough to hold off the Chargers and go 6-0, 4-0 at home. As you know, I don't think that I think Aaron Rodgers is averaging one loss per year at Lambeau. So since he's been starting, it's been like 7-1 each year. So they're playing great. Going to be a hard team to beat. And one thing is, everybody seems to be in sync. Everybody knows what they're doing, and they win as a team. The defense does enough to make plays when they need to. So I can see as the season winds down, it'd be surprising if they're not 13-3. That's the tops in the NFC.
The Chargers look great on paper until you get to the win-loss column.
Yes.
They have some fantastic talent. They put up some great numbers during the game.
Yes.
A lot of yards, a lot of catches, just not a bunch of wins.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers throws for 503 yards.
Anywhere else, that would be
500
a win.
Yeah, that's a career day for anyone. Who throws for 500 yards? Like, what happened? And you still only got 20 points, and you threw for 500 yards?
Nobody else was there.
It's like
you played alone.
That's a lot of stalling out. That means that you had a lot of drives that at some point something happened, whether it was a turnover, a sack that threw you out of field goal range. You're only able to put 20 points up. And as Big Kenny is alluding to, beautiful numbers, but not in the win-loss column. 2-4. Their season is getting away. But they play in the division with the Chiefs.
It's getting away.
And the Raiders, so it's a little
do we still have hope at 2-4?
Sure. We're in the division with the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Oh yeah, okay, there we go.
You have a little hope.
you still thinking you going to the Super Bowl when you're in the division with the Chiefs and the Raiders. You like, yeah, we got this.
The Minnesota Vikings welcome the Chiefs in. The Chiefs, who definitely are playing below average and really not exemplifying the kind of coach that Andy Reid is. They're 1-5 now, losing to Minnesota, who was 3-2. They did a good job stopping Adrian Peterson, Teddy Bridgewater. Efficient enough. There's no big numbers to the Vikings, but they're a young, growing team. But the Chiefs, I thought that definitely a 10-6 season. I even told my friend D Ford, who plays linebacker for them, hey, man, y'all should make the playoffs. If not, at least the West Conference. But 1-5 now, they might be done. You start, as I said, now we're 1-5. The top teams are already with 6 wins. So for us to catch up, we're going to have to basically win out. And when you're 1-5, winning out doesn't seem like possible.
Okay, so we got
or probable.
We got a coach in Miami that may not have been able to control his players. He may have been losing the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what kind of caliber coach he was before, but we all know Andy Reid's pedigree.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem like the kind of coach that can lose a locker room. What happens in that case? Are they just lacking the talent? The Chiefs seem like a talented team.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they sputtering? Is it the division they're in?
When I watch them, I think it's the combination of the talent. It doesn't seem to be a team. And I say that because I'll see a guy run the ball, but nobody helps him up off the ground. It's like, okay, you ran and everybody walks and you get yourself up. Teams help each other up. Teams will sacrifice different things. I don't really see that when I watch the Chiefs. I see the talent, but I don't see team. And sometimes that is one of those old adages where, you can have all the talent in the world, but if they don't play as a team, then they're just a whole bunch of talent. And they seem like one of those teams that and I'm always looking at little particulars like that. Like, how are you walking by the running back? Did you not see him?
He make more than
Like,
me.
that's your dude.
That's supposed to be your dude.
No, he make more than me.
He's on your team.
He can afford to get up off the ground by himself.
Yeah, that's bad flavor.
Yeah, so it becomes one of those kind of things. In Seattle, Seattle Seahawks Derek Coleman, who got pulled over for drunk driving and hit and run. He tried to explain himself. Can we see Derek Coleman, the fullback, explain himself and what happened?
Is because we're sitting in the Bellevue Police Department. I have just spoken with the detective who indicated that she's going to book you into the King County Jail tonight, all right, for suspicion of vehicular homicide, or vehicular assault because of an injury that happened in this accident, all right?
Yes, sir.
Prior to driving your car this evening, had you consumed any alcohol at all?
No, sir.
And prior to driving your car this evening, had you consumed any marijuana at all?
No, sir.
All right. And do you know where you are currently?
Bellevue Police Department.
All right. Do you in any way, shape, or form feel at all impaired or intoxicated by any substance at all?
No, sir.
All right. Have you taken or consumed any drugs, prescription or otherwise, prior to driving tonight? All right.
Sir.
Can you recite the alphabet without singing it?
Singing
A
it?
to Z without singing it. Can you recite A to Z without singing the alphabet?
That's the only way we learn how to sing it.
That's the tricky part. Can you do that, do you think?
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, N, O, P, Q, R, S.
Okay, I'm high. Look, let me just
stop it.
Yeah, please stop it.
Let me just confess, dude. Look, bro, I'm high.
Yeah,
that's what it is. I'm lit up like a.
And he has a speech impediment.
I'm lit up like a Christmas tree in Times Square right now, sir. I am so gone. Can you recite it without singing?
Without singing it.
That's how I learned it.
Look, some of these questions are just to get your response. When you hit them with, huh?
Listen, man.
I'm trying to do it.
They're going to take away your citizenship. If you didn't hit them out, he learned it by singing it. But that is,
and obviously, it sounds as if he's speech impaired. Is that
Yes,
something
he has
from
a
the
speech
drugs
impediment.
he consumed, or
The
is
hits he
that
took.
it's just an impediment that
well,
he's dealing with?
and that's what I'm saying. We got to do some. This just happened like last week. We got to figure out where the case is now.
Because it
He could have
almost
a speech
sounds like
impediment,
He has a speech impediment.
and they think it's him being intoxicated.
Okay,
Or
because
it's
I'm
a
saying
ball
because
in
it
his
almost
mouth.
sounds like a accent, and you know,
No, it does not sound like an accent.
With singing the alphabet in that perceived accent, he sounds maybe like he is from Nigeria.
Right.
I am not on drugs right now.
Yeah. And stop answering like the slave though. No,
Yes, sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
And
I mean, just no.
But
I'm good.
I was done
He's
with
scared and
A,
high.
B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O. I'm not singing it though. I'm just saying it like I'm singing it.
But my brain is like, you singing.
The Seattle Seahawks losing to Cam Newton, who is 5-0. Carolina riding high. Cam doing whatever's needed to win games. Numbers aren't that pretty, but College Park, Georgia, Cam Newton and the Panthers doing well.
Seattle loses again. Thanks, Sierra.
Seattle.
It's not her fault.
It is her fault.
Seattle now 2-4, and really, people have been sitting around. Oh, they always start off slow. They're slow, and then they're sputtering, and then there's the car wouldn't crank at all.
And then there's 6 games in.
Can we all agree that it's Sierra's fault?
No,
can we blame
cannot.
her?
Yes.
Can we blame her?
I'm gonna go
Thank
with-
you,
with
Sports
Sierra.
Joc.
I'm gonna go with the Sierra.
Let's throw her under the bus now. Maybe the bus can get to rolling.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Sierra. And in Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Arizona. This probably been the game of the day to me. A lot of action in this game. Pittsburgh really standing up. Landry Jones having to take over for Mike Vick. Mike Vick, as I tried to tell my friends yesterday, Mike Vick was just a Band-Aid to get Landry Jones some time to get ready. Once Ben Roethlisberger got hurt, the Steelers, in my opinion, didn't want to throw Landry out there without kind of getting him tuned up. Mike did an admirable job trying to fill in, but the way Landry came in and played after Mike got hurt, 8 for 12, 2 TDs. I don't see Mike getting his job back at all.
He was even surprised he got in. They were like, "Hey, we paying him. Let him in."
And the most disappointing thing about this whole thing was Cameron Haywood the defensive tackle, one of my former teammates' son. The NFL fined him for his eye lines right here that says Ironhead.
Why?
It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. If you didn't know Ironhead Hayward, he played 10 years in the NFL. He was a lovable character.
Good guy.
He died at the age of 39 of cancer. His son, even yesterday, wore the paint again over his eyes in tribute. He said it's Cancer Month, and that's what my dad passed away from. The NFL fined him $5,700 the first time for doing it. The hypocrites they are, and now they're probably going to fine him again. I've said plenty of times, I don't know why they just don't make it Cancer Month and address a lot of cancers that other people do deal with and try to raise money for those things as well. As 4 weeks, we got lung cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, and all those kind of things.
And Roger Goodell.
You know, so we'll be
he is not a cancer.
He is.
We'll be back. More of the Sports Joc Show right after this.
The Sports Joc is now streaming live on YouTube. Visit us at thesportsjoc.com and click on the YouTube logo to be a part of the action.
You're listening to the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
AMC Sweet Tea Society is kicking off our 4th annual Sip and Learn program Thursday, November 5th at 5 p.m. at the Depot off Main. It's for women who want to stay healthy and have fun, meet new people, and get a healthy dose of knowledge. Our topic with Dr. Patel will focus on hot flashes and menopause. We'll have door prizes and refreshments following the program, so sign up today. Go to samc.org for more Sweet Tea Society information, and we'll see you Thursday, November 5th at the Depot off Main.
Our specialty is always being here to take care of you. SAMC has enough specialty physicians and staff to take care of your emergencies, day or night. As the region's largest not-for-profit hospital, we provide you with the most talented physicians, most highly trained staff, and the latest technology 24 hours a day. Emergencies can happen at any time. SAMC is ready to respond at a moment's notice. Learn more at samc.org or call 334-712-3336.
I was leaving an exercise class.
All of a sudden, the pain started. My entire chest.
Shortness of breath, very fatigued, nauseated. Thought that it was nothing much, maybe just stress. You're having a heart attack.
I'm healthy, I'm young. There's no way it could be my heart. No way. Heart disease doesn't discriminate.
Listen to your body, go get checked.
Heart disease is the #1 killer in women,
and this is something that we can fight.
Visit GoRedForWomen.org to learn a woman's risk for heart disease.
Trade in your high monthly deal for a better deal at SCI Communications for just $12.50 a month. Get top-notch performance at the absolute lowest monthly air fees available. SCI Communications with coverage in and between Dothan, Enterprise, Abbeville, Donaldsonville, and Webb. SCI Communications, 1426 Hartford Highway, Dothan. On the web at www.sci2way.com. Call 792-5054.
If you're a young worker, retirement probably seems like a lifetime away. Social Security protects you with disability and survivor's coverage as well as retirement. The time to learn about retirement and how much you may need to save for a comfortable one is now. So spring into action and learn more about your own retirement. Visit the Retirement Estimator to get an instant, personalized estimate of your own future benefits. You'll find it at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
How can it be permissible? She compromised my principle. Yeah, yeah. That kind of love is mythical.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Steelers center Marquise Pouncey will miss the rest of the year. He had a second surgery on his fibula because of infection. Johnny Manziel got pulled over which is I don't understand. It's just funny that you do certain things and you gain fame. Motorists drove by and said they saw Manziel and his girlfriend having a heated debate in the car, so they called the police. Johnny said that in the day's span of time that he did have 2 drinks, but it wasn't recently, and he was not drunk, so they could not prove he was drunk.
Did they ask him to do the alphabet
and
singing?
The only thing, his girlfriend was trying to exit the car, and he grabbed her around the wrist, trying to keep her from getting out the car. But no charges have been pressed, and basically it's just you built the character up, so I can't say you made Johnny football in a sense. So these are some of the things that go along with being famous, but no domestic abuse and no proof that Johnny has necessarily fallen off the wagon as they are trying to paint it in the media.
Wait. Didn't he go to rehab?
Mm-hmm.
And now he's drinking again.
Yep.
Okay. Well, okay.
Well, I don't know that he went to rehab for what we think he went to rehab for. I don't know whether it was a way to get away to dealing with social problems, or what it was.
Or if it was for substance abuse.
Because they didn't say he checked himself in, and there was no mandate. So all they know is he went to rehab.
I know people who have gone to rehab, and the philosophy is that regardless of what substance you're addicted to, they encourage you to abstain from all substances, because addiction is a byproduct of your personality.
But that's what I'm saying.
So you will, whatever you can get to satiate that appetite, you'll do.
And
it.
you just substitute cocaine for alcohol, for weed, for
But
sex.
I don't know
whatever.
that Johnny Manziel went to rehab for an addiction to any substance,
or just to look like he was trying to make himself better,
or maybe to deal with his
fall from grace,
this Johnny football image,
right? This crazy thing that is my life,
right? And realize, because remember, Johnny football is still only 23 years old, so a lot of pressure has fallen on him in a short amount of time, and he was riding the wave. And it looked pretty. Now that the wave is crashing, I don't know how to deal with it. So I don't know. It could be substance, Big Kenny. So I'm not telling you it's not. But they never really specified what he was really getting help on.
And he's only 23.
Yes.
And your brain's not fully formed.
Well, I'm saying at 23 and you're in the NFL, why are you arguing with a chick anyway? Get out. If you want to get out of the car, get out.
Yeah, I guess that would be, especially when your name is Johnny Football.
Yeah, what are we beefing about? Jump.
The NFL is beefing with the lawyers of Adrian Robertson Jr., who only played 2 years in the NFL for the Broncos, Steelers, and Chargers in that time. He killed himself earlier this year. Officials at Boston University claim that it was from brain disease. I don't know how that's the NFL when you only have been around for a couple of games. If it was caused, wouldn't that be more of high school and college?
Yeah, but you can't sue them. They don't have any money.
No, I know that. It's just funny how
But
you
you're
just
right.
threw it on the NFL when you barely was in the league and wasn't even a starter. So something might have been compound from even earlier.
Certainly.
So to make it seem like the NFL is the bad guy in this instance, I have to take up for the NFL. And where else? We had a couple of games we did not hit. The Jets.
Jets.
Taking on the Redskins. RG3 sitting on the sideline with his head wrapped. He was in uniform this time, though, but he was rocking a little pink headband, looking real soft over there, looking defeated in a sense.
Appropriately.
The Jets winning 34-20 over the Redskins. The Redskins are 2-4. The Jets, I think, surprisingly, with Ryan Fitzpatrick at the helm, are 4-1. They're playing very well, especially on defense. Big Kenny said you saw a special on Darrelle Revis, the great cornerback for them, who has been one of the top cornerbacks in his whole career. Revis Island. And you say you saw a program about him.
60 Minutes did a report on him last night, and just sort of dispelled some of the rumors, painted him in a different light other than being the selfish mercenary that the NFL establishment has painted him to be. I didn't know that he had an uncle, and you played with him. His name is
Sean Gilbert.
Sean Gilbert, who, similar to what Revis did, sat out for a year. He was going from St. Louis to Carolina and sat out to get what he felt like he was worth. And he and the extended Revis family make all of Darrell's financial decisions, where he's going to go, what he's going to do, and he says he credits that for keeping him grounded. They say that unlike a lot of NFL players, he lives above a restaurant in New Jersey and is just a nondescript. When he's not on the field, there's no entourage, there's no flashy jewelry or cars. He's just a nondescript guy who's very involved in his community. And I thought it was really interesting that because now he is, by all estimates, the best, if not one of the best, if not the best person at his position in the NFL. And him wanting to be paid like that, people find that to be offensive. They say he got a lot of death threats when he held out. He went to the Jets and then sat out, I think, like 14 days or something like that before he actually played. He got drafted and didn't report for 14 days because he wanted a better contract. And that's business, isn't it?
Well, yeah, Darrell handles himself in a situation where he understands his talent and he plays the game more as a job than necessarily a need or a dream. I have a talent, kind of like I always tell people about Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders was I'm great at running back, but he never gave you this feeling like I'm doing this because this is my love. If he could quickly say I'm an artist. I just play running back. Right. Darrell Revis is that same way. The only thing about our society that certain images are painted for how an athlete is supposed to be, and when you're not that way, they think, oh, you're soft. They use other terms for the soft word, or you're selfish. He displays no selfish attitude as far as I've ever seen. I just want to play football and I want to go home. But that's not how America really wants its sports figures. They don't want you to just play and go home. They want you to serve them and entertain them in all facets, not just on the court. I want to see the bottles popping. I want to see the booty slapping.
I want to see the cars
and all that. And if you're not living into that, then something's wrong with you. What do you mean?
Where's your house next door to your house?
Yes. Why don't you want to be on the Real Housewives? Because they think that because that is the image of the sports person. Why aren't you showing me your money like Floyd Mayweather? Why aren't you flaunting some Hollywood star like Reggie Bush? And this gentleman, he's always been professional, and he probably learned a lot of lessons from his Uncle Sean, who went through a tough time trying to get his money, who people talked about. Sean had problems with alcohol and different things, and he was a great guy. And for him to be mentoring his nephew, you learn from your mistakes.
Right.
I can offer you first-hand account, and I'm not that far removed because, Sean is like
where it's not relevant anymore.
Yeah,
it's very relevant.
and his uncle they deemed an agitator.
Yes.
He's not there. He's not a role model or someone to guide him. They label him an agitator. Well, only because I'm instructing him to get what he's worth.
He taught him how not to be.
And on top of his $100 million contract, he also has a luxury suite for what they call Team Revis.
Very humble.
His family has a luxury box that is exclusively theirs at the Jets Stadium. So
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Sometimes a lot of athletes that don't play the role in which fans think they should play get deemed some kind of way.
That's attractive to me. I like that you stand out from the crowd.
And some people, they just play the sport. They are not all crazed or captured by the money, or feels like they have to go out and serve you any further than you bought a ticket. I got 2 interceptions. Like Maximus say, are you not entertained?
Yeah.
That's it. Is this not why you are here?
Now I got to burp your babies too.
Well, he's got a show called Revis Island. That says a lot.
And that's the best part of that movie. Like, I thought this is why you came. Why y'all booing me? You wanted to see your head shot, right?
And I just,
so
3 times in a row.
My favorite Jay-Z lyric. Are you not in a...
When we come back, it'll be 11 o'clock. We will try. We are trying hard not to talk about Lamar Odom this whole show.
We're going to talk about
We only got 60 minutes. We can make it 60 more minutes.
We're not going to make it. It's not going to happen.
Big Kenny, somebody get Big Kenny a tissue. Something's wrong.
He's snorting, not crying.
888-926-7562. More of the Sports Joc Show in just a second.
Listen to the Sports Joc Show with former Auburn Tiger and NFL great Wayne Gandy. Live Mondays 9 a.m. to 12 noon on Sports Talk WOOF, AM 560 and FM 100.1. Following the game plan with Lance Griffin right here on The Ball.
More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
You are a waste, a loser. Everyone hates you. Why don't you just stay in your car and keep driving? I'm serious. Drive until you run out of gas, then get out of your car and walk until you find someone who doesn't think you're dumber than bricks. Could take a while, but at least all that walking might burn a couple of calories.
You may not witness bullying like this every day. Your kids do. They want to help, but they don't know how. Visit stopbullying.gov to learn safe, simple ways your child can help stop bullying. Be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov. A message from the Ad Council.
Enough is enough! I have had it!
Why so serious?
And we hold the world ransom for...
Wayne Gandy. Excuse me while I whip this out.
Show me Broadcasting live from the Armada FM studios in Atlanta, Georgia. This is the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
You may build me up, yeah, can you build me up, yeah. You won't break me down, I've come too far, yeah, I've come too far, yeah. So just throw in the towel, it's a new day, I'ma do it, yeah, I'm gonna go all the way. You may build me up.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy. We are 2 hours into the show. We will be here until noon. We have covered most of the NFL. Only game I did not hit on, as I said, the Eagles taking on the Giants tonight, Monday Night Football. The Broncos invaded Cleveland yesterday. We did talk about Johnny Manziel. We did not talk about the game. Peyton Manning at that ripe old age of 39. The arm is showing wear and tear. This is the kind of Peyton you're going to get. Him and Drew Brees, they have definitely thrown the ball more than Tom Brady in their careers. Tom Brady has been throwing more as of late, but early in his career, he didn't throw the ball as much. Some games, Peyton is going to look like the old Peyton. Sometimes he's going to look like the Peyton that you saw yesterday with the 3 interceptions, but the Broncos, regardless of the interceptions, winning 26-23, 6-0. And that defense of theirs is playing very, very well. Birthdays of last week, Jerry Rice, 53. Paul Pierce, 38. Ashanti, 35. Whatever happened to Ashanti? He's 35 years old. Ryan Clark, 36. Brian Hoyer, 30. Justin Forsett of the Ravens, 30. Brandon Whedon, 32. Floyd Mayweather Sr. is 63 years old. Doc Rivers, 54. Norris Cole, 27. Joe Girardi, 51. Emeril Lagasse, 56. Roger Moore, one of the Bonds. No, not the Bond. One of the Bonds. Maybe the second most famous Bond. Sean Connery is the Bond. 88 years old. Mike Ditka, 76. Wyclef Jean, 46. Martina Navratilova, 59. Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner, 25 years old. John Mayer, 28. Stephen A. Smith, 48. Tito Jackson, 62. Keisha Cole, 34. Vander Holyfield, 53. Cordell Stewart, 43. Eminem, 43, and the owner of the Cowboys. And he'll let you know he's the owner of the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, 73 years old. Big news last week, which really doesn't affect me, but maybe affect a lot of you people that like to watch sports. Budweiser and Miller got married. The superpowers are together. Two biggest beer companies in the world. Isn't that a monopoly? Maybe I missed class, but can Coke and Pepsi become one?
No.
So then they take down the what's the man? Bill Gates back in the day for monopolizing. Well, what Bud? That's not a monopoly of Bud and Miller joined. Oh,
so many beers out there.
Oh, okay. Well, they're the top two companies. The two biggest beer companies in the world. Global market is them. They third of the beer comes from one of these two companies in the world.
In the world?
Yes. So now they are together. So here we go. And before I bring my co-host back on, pot sales in Colorado reached a milestone. 59.2 million recreational, 41.4 million medical. Department of Revenue out in Colorado. August sales were $101 million in the state of Colorado. You have to love this country. Somebody play God Bless America or something. I know, America the Beautiful, something over there. Legalized. Pablo Escobar and them rolling around like, man, they put them people in jail, kill them people, man. They have legalized marijuana. They changed their minds. 59. I tell you, it's one state now. It'll be 50. Live long enough. It'll be all 50 of them. They made $100 million that they reported. This is America now. It's America, so they reported that much. Add about another 10%.
It is a good plan.
God bless the USA. Sorry, I'm stoned.
I'm a stoner. No, that's not the remix. I thought that was what came in after that. No, y'all didn't get that version. I downloaded that the other day. They went right into I'm a stoner. No, okay. But my two co-hosts here, Vic Kenny, the funny man himself, and the truth. $100 million.
And I'm proud to be an American where I freely smoke my weed. And I gladly roll up and light it up today.
I tell you this.
Cause it ain't no doubt I love this man. God bless America.
Hey, those other states need to pay attention. That's a lot of money. That revenue,
and the recreational is farther ahead than the medicinal, but it's only a fraction. So altogether, it's hundreds of millions of dollars.
It could help so many people. It could end homelessness.
59 million recreational and 41.
Get on board, Georgia. Get on board.
And it's all in cash because they're unable to put it in banks. So right now, sitting somewhere in the state of Colorado is a dude with $80 million in a trash bag.
And I'd like to see what the crime
it's
rate
like
is
the
done,
80s
though.
all over again. You know what I mean?
I bet there hasn't been an increase in crime as a result of that. Typically
Weed smokers don't commit crime.
No,
they're like,
they
hey,
don't.
you want to go break into something? No. Can we just tweet a pizza? Dude?
Yeah.
I'm quite sure Peyton Manning making a lot of money though.
Of course he is.
Esquire, sexiest woman alive.
Alive.
For this year, 28-year-old Amelia Clark. Can we see Amelia? You might know her from the Games of Thrones. She plays Daenerys Targaryen. She is voted Esquire sexiest woman alive. But the picture over there? No?
She plays Daenerys Targaryen.
Oh, there she is.
And God bless the child that's being born in 2015 whose mother's going to go, ooh, Targaryen. That's a beautiful name.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Same thing. Daenerys Targaryen. You know they'll mix it. They'll remix it like, I'm going to name her Daenerys Targaryen.
She is the mother of dragons on Game of Thrones, which is one of the popular shows.
And really, who isn't? You know what I mean?
Does she get your vote, Sports Joc? I mean, the sexiest woman alive?
No.
Who gets that title?
I don't know. I probably ain't seen her yet, but I'm quite sure.
It's not her.
If I go down here and stand by the mall, somebody walk in there a little more sexier than her. She's cute.
West End Mall?
No.
Oh.
No. I'm not the.
They go hard at the West End Mall now. Now you might have to watch your wallet, but I'm just saying they come in there thick as baby snot.
Oh man, the sexiest woman, Esquire. That's who Esquire said, not me. That's who Esquire.
And I guess their readers are the ones.
A-Rod, last God Bless America. Since we're on God Blessing America today, A-Rod was on the Major League broadcast last night before the game between the Mets and the Cubs, and I was just sitting here thinking, wow, America, only in America can you go from wanting to be ran over by a bus to opening up Major League Baseball's big game of the day. Just 12 months ago, people wanted A-Rod to die.
They wanted his head on a platter.
Wanted him put out of professional baseball
altogether,
forever.
Yeah.
Right, and it's one good season with
wanted
the
to sue him for all the money he had made,
and he is back. Y'all don't have that over there? Yeah, you show it. A-Rod.
Well, that was a long time ago.
It's been over 20 years. I'll give it a shot.
Out. We got Jay Glazer over on the other side. Can you hit him?
Nice.
A-Rod having fun.
Well, we know he's still got strength in the arm.
And so y'all better get used to A-Rod's face because he probably will be hosting his own show soon.
All is forgiven.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sure A-Rod is on some man if y'all let Ray Lewis back. Y'all can let me back. Come on, bro. Ray Lewis did it. You know.
So that is A-Rod back on TV. He has won back America's heart, at least to people that don't live in Boston. I'm quite sure the Red Sox fans still want to.
Y'all don't remember he took PEDs.
What's that?
They protesting the Yankees like people protesting the Steelers with Mike Vick in a dogfight, but it's only the people from Boston.
Yeah, it's only them. Bobby Brown will be releasing a book called My Prerogative, June of 2016. Donald Trump will be on SNL November the 7th for you Donald Trump junkies. And Tony Gonzalez, the great chief and Falcon, is on a Showtime show called Play It Forward.
Bobby Brown, they just made $100 million in Colorado. Bobby Brown ain't relevant no more. You know? It's all about that good green now.
Oh, we're going to go to break and we come back. We're almost there. No Lamar Odom conversations. 45 more minutes.
How many times have you
more of the
said
Sports Joc Show right after this.
If you like to listen to the Sports Joc Show, then you'll love watching live on YouTube. Visit thesportsjoc.com or search for the Sports Joc Wayne Gandy on YouTube.
Baseball players. Want to see how your game measures up against the best in the country? Then you want to participate in Dothan's first ever Perfect Game National Indoor League at Kirkland Sports Performance in Dothan. The league uses HitTrax, the world's first batting simulator, to measure all the data points needed to improve your swing and take it to the next level. Leagues begin in November and are available for high school players down to 10-year-olds. To register, go to JakeKirklandSports.com or call Jake 702-1999. One call takes care of all that garbage. Mark Dunning Industries. With 30 years experience, MDI lets you take care of other problems. Garbage and waste disposal, they got that handled. Every garbage dumpster for your business and construction, including front load and roll-off services. Plus, upfront pricing, no hidden fees, even online bill pay. Phone 983-1506 or click on the web, markdunning.com. Dedicated to service, devoted to green. Mark Dunning Industries.
Here at Bojangles, no one tells us that we have to use fresh, never frozen chicken. No one tells us that it must be marinated for 12 hours in a special blend of seasonings. And no one tells us that we need to hand bread our chicken twice. No one tells us we have to make our chicken the old-fashioned way, but that's how we do it. Because our customers keep coming back for more. And that tells us all we need to know. Grab a Big Bo box and feed the whole group with chicken, biscuits, fixins, and tea. Bojangles, it's Bo time.
Our specialty is always being here to take care of you. SAMC has enough specialty physicians and staff to take care of your emergencies, day or night. As the region's largest not-for-profit hospital, we provide you with the most talented physicians, most highly trained staff, and the latest technology 24 hours a day. Emergencies can happen at any time. SAMC is ready to respond at a moment's notice. Learn more at samc.org or call 334-712-3336.
SAMC Sweet Tea Society is kicking off our 4th annual Sip and Learn program Thursday, November 5th at 5 p.m. at the Depot off Main. It's for women who want to stay healthy and have fun, meet new people, and get a healthy dose of knowledge. Our topic with Dr. Patel will focus on hot flashes and menopause. We'll have door prizes and refreshments following the program, so sign up today. Go to samc.org for more Sweet Tea Society information, and we'll see you Thursday, November 5th at the Depot off Main.
From November 6th through the 15th, make blue ribbon memories at the National Peanut Festival. Don't miss the Scrambles and Demo Derby in the Wells Fargo Arena or livestock shows in the Winn-Dixie Ag Complex. See Tyler Farr, Marshall Tucker Band, Rush of Fools, Chris Jansen, or Matty and Tay at the One Main Financial Amphitheater. From hair-raising rides to racing pigs, roping cowboys, and magic shows, there is something for everyone. For tickets, ride specials, and event times, visit nationalpeanutfestival.com.
Here's another satisfied Wolf Radio customer.
Hi, I'm Carolyn.
And I'm Jesslyn.
We're the owners of the Little White Dress Shop in Ozark.
We're small business owners, but we have big dreams.
Since we've been advertising with Wolf Radio, our business has tripled.
Wolf gives us a return on our investment that's a small business person's dream.
We recommend Wolf Radio.
For wedding and pageant dresses, see the Little White Dress Shop. For advertising that works, call Wolf Radio.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. The Falcons' new stadium opening in 2017. Friendship Baptist Church broke ground a couple of blocks away from the stadium. You might remember the two churches moved so the Falcons could have their new stadium. Friendship moved a couple of blocks over. It's the birthplace of Spelman College. It was Spelman College was started in the basement of Friendship. But they moved a couple of blocks down. They have broken ground.
We're not going to move. The Lord has told us to stay here. They offering $100 million.
We out of here.
Jesus moves in mysterious ways. And we shall follow his example and move as well. Amen.
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 Hallelujah.
Turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor. Positive bank balance. Amen. Amen. A life of abundance and overflow, Jesus. Yes.
That's how you burn a mortgage.
Texas Highway Patrolman pulled over Dallas running back Christine Michael. I don't know why his mama named him Christine Michael, but that's what she named him. Texas Highway Patrolman got in trouble. Sergeant Lonnie Haskell.
Thank goodness.
This is some Big Kenny last week. They found he did get in trouble for this photo.
Throwing the deuces. Are you serious? With the finger gun.
He is deuced up.
Texas, boy. And I'm going to tell you one thing in Texas. You fooled me once. Shame on you. You fooled me. Sometimes you fool. Hey, you ain't going to fool me again.
I mean, he got them pistols popping.
Oh, he is cheesing.
But you got to give him. He probably
in front of the Bentley.
Hold on, he was probably some big time Texas running back in his day,
and saw someone he admired,
and saw somebody he admired. It's Texas.
Hit him with the burps and cherries. And he pulled over. Yeah. And of course, Christine is stashing weed and, you know what I'm saying, trying to hide a pistol under the seat thinking, oh, it's finna go down. He expecting to be in the station in 20 minutes like A, B, C, D, E, F. And then dude's like, can I get the selfie? And he's like, hell yeah.
That's all you want?
If that's all you want, officer. Yeah, he got a couple of tickets to the next 3 games.
Michael Irvin speaking on Terrell Owens, saying T.O. basically it's over. You ancient.
Hold up. I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes, you do.
But should that even be in the same sentence?
Michael
Irvin speaking on anybody, let alone Terrell. Oh,
you just said the Lord moves in some mysterious ways.
Yeah,
they're the same people.
This is my testimony.
Okay, what he says was that?
He said that T.O. can't help the Cowboys. Basically, T.O. day is over. T.O. keeps this thing that I'm in shape and waiting for a team to call. He every time a camera flashes on him, he keeps making this
I'm
ready. And Michael just had some comments. Let's see what Michael Irvin. Pimp Daddy Michael Irvin.
You're a legend, my man. Hey, are you going to appear on Criminal Minds this week?
I am on Criminal Minds.
Wow.
Show, man. You guys are. That's amazing.
No, are you enjoying the acting?
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I enjoy Criminal Minds. It's a great show. It's a great show. You watch Criminal Minds?
No, I don't. I just read that you were on it.
One of my most favorite shows, man. It's an incredible show. Incredible show. I love it.
Hey, what's up with America's team right now? Are they going to make a comeback?
I don't know. I don't know, man. We need our boys. No Tony Romo, no Derrick Brown.
Yeah, no, that's right. You know, Terrell Owens wants to make a comeback. He said he wants to play for the Cowboys. You think that?
Yeah. I don't know if T.O. can really help us right now. I mean, he's a great player. He was, but you know, got some age on him, so
Excuse me, I need to see your boarding pass.
That is Michael Irvin. And I love Mike. Let's be honest. Mike is who made the U. When we think of Miami football and how they used to entertain us in the 80s, he's that guy, that flamboyant receiver. He did get in a lot of trouble. You know, it might have been because he's one of 18 children. So it was a lot of food fights in that house. Mama did a lot of work when she had them 18 children, too, now.
Yeah.
That was dedication.
And then had to raise them, too.
I want to say it's 18. It might have been 16.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, that's a major difference.
That's good. No,
that's a major difference.
I just don't want Jared texting me talking about, no, it was only 16. It was double digit.
A bunch of kids.
I do know that him and
she
my
had
friend.
A litter.
It was at least it was 2 family packs of chicken. Regardless,
I do know that him and my friend Isaac Bruce. They come from
massive families. Yeah,
like, it's like 60-year-olds and 22-year-olds. like, yeah, that's my brother. Your brother?
I did
your real brother?
What are you talking about? The old man over there? Like, the dude that's hitting on my mama? That dude? Oh, yeah. You know what? He do kind of look like you, right?
And then the auntie and the nephew are the same age.
Yeah.
And both of them are 42. You know what I mean? And then they're like, yeah, my mama's 73. That's my sister, though. Like, wow.
So Mike, who is a Hall of Famer and definitely one of the great Cowboys, and as he said, gave T.O. his props. I will give T.O. his props. T.O. will be in the Hall of Fame one day. T.O. entertained us as much as any receiver did, not just on the field but off. But you're 42 years old, and you know you showed signs of slowing down the last time you were in. And I know, as I always tell you, the one thing about an athlete, it is hard to wake up, because some days you do wake up and you run that hill and it feels good and the muscles bulge and you think, man, could I?
And
then you take a nap and you wake up
because you got to take a
your
nap.
back hurt and it's like
you wake up and opening your eyes makes you go.
The fact that you have to take a nap, that's night. Yeah,
you got to get your nap.
Yeah, not if you're gonna bring the Cowboys back. That player doesn't nap.
Put your feet on the floor like, oh Jesus, just help me get out the bed, Lord.
But now when you ran that hill though,
you was feeling good.
You remembered that guy.
The endorphins were kicking in, and
you remember being 22, and y'all just don't know, boy. 20 years ago,
those endorphins are the best drug out there. Though.
And then you go to the chiropractor, and he's on some. You better lead them heels. I don't know what you're doing out there, but you're gonna have to pull yourself together, brother. Get in the broadcasting.
You still want to walk?
Yeah, if you want to use these legs, you're gonna have to quit running up hills on them.
We love you, T.O.
That's what happens with T.O. He's still out there running around thinking that it can happen.
Keeping hope alive.
And because it's a hard thing to give up. Because you do, periodically, like a lot of people, you have that flash where you do feel great. And you go in there and you be thinking, oh, man, I ain't going to grab them hundreds a day. And you grab them and you do a couple of reps like, maybe. Maybe. Till that next morning, and then it's like, dang, I must have pulled something.
Has anyone seen Michael Irvin on Criminal Minds?
No.
Okay, because he's talking about acting now while you criticizing T.O.
Well, he said Criminal Minds 5 times, like he got paid each time he says Criminal Minds.
Well, who knows? I mean, but you're criticizing T.O. being able to help Dallas. What are you doing for Criminal Minds? You know what I'm saying? It's not like people are like, ooh, Michael Irvin acting, let me tune in.
He might have a cameo. That's why I was saying earlier with Tom Cruise.
He looks to be in shape.
They're infusing as much storylines. Tom Brady, Mark Wahlberg broke into Tom Brady's house in the movie Ted 2. If you ever remember, like they're infusing as much.
Reference.
Right.
However, they're trying to get
sports and entertainment.
The last Batman movie to use Heinz Field as the backdrop and use Heinz as he running. It's something sport. Right. They try to get as many. It's kind of like putting a dog in a show. Right. Everybody throws a little splash of sport.
Because that's where the dollars are.
Look how the mediocre producer lit up when you said dog. Just anything pet related. He was like, oh.
So Michael Irvin, who is 50 and looks to be in good shape, and doing some things, keeping his name clean, not doing like Warren Sapp, and out there messing up.
Is he in the news again this week?
No, I'm just saying Mike has made his mistakes and seemed to learn that you can't, certain things I won't be able to do.
Yeah, like that suit line. Please, thank goodness that's over.
But that is our man, Michael Irvin, T.O. We almost there, people. We only got 30 minutes to go. I think we can make it.
You mean
without talking
about Lamar Odom?
About Lamar Odom, we can make it.
No, we can't.
We just got to keep pushing through.
We're gonna talk about why we not talking about Lamar.
Let me keep finding different subjects to talk about.
We can wait till next week to talk about it because I don't think he going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Story will still be relevant in a week.
Before we go to break,
God bless him.
It's too early.
Speaking of going somewhere,
it's never too early.
Tomorrow, Oscar Pistorius will be out. He gets released tomorrow, October the 20th, from his jail sentence of 11 months.
All he did was kill.
He murdered his girl. Well, he shot his girlfriend. He didn't murder. What was it called? Involuntary manslaughter.
She's dead. You can call it what you want to call it.
Oh, Reva Steenkamp, his girlfriend, on Valentine's Day of 2013. He will get out tomorrow. So if you hear some noises going by your
here we go.
Ding, 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 ding. So he bouncing out the joint tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, he's getting out, going to house arrest.
They springing him. He's getting sprung from the joint tomorrow. Hey, those are all amputee jokes. Y'all didn't catch on.
I'm right there with you. We'll be back for the Sports Joc Show in just a second.
Listen to the Sports Joc Show with former Auburn Tiger and NFL great Wayne Gandy, live Mondays 9 a.m. to 12 noon on Sports Talk, WOOF, AM 560 and FM 100.1, followed by The Huddle with Gary and John right here on The Ball.
More of the
Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
Here's a great way to help out your community. Our wonderful friends at Northside Methodist are presenting their annual yearbook ad sale. These ads will be a great way to circulate your business name in the community. Prices for ads in the Northside Methodist yearbook start at $80 all the way up to a full page for $425. To get your ad in the Northside Methodist yearbook, please call 794-7273. Donations are also accepted. But hurry, your books are only $65 until Christmas. Go Northside Knights!
Would you like to know where your business vehicles are at all times? You could find out with just the click of a mouse. Get unlimited two-way text messaging for just $19 a month from SCI Communications. Call SCI today at 792-5054 or click sci2way.com for a free demo. That's 792-5054 or click sci2way.com. 1426 Hartford Highway, Dothan. 7/10 of a mile inside the circle.
Can you tell if the surfaces in this kitchen are crawling with bacteria that could cause chronic arthritis? Listen. You can't see it either. Wash surfaces, utensils, and hands with soapy water while preparing food, especially when handling raw meats or eggs. Raw food may contain bacteria that can make you very sick, or worse. Roughly 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year, but you can keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council.
Jim Whaley Tires is this area's home for Michelin and the new Michelin Premier AS and LTX tires. With innovative EverGrip technology, they're safe when new, safe when worn. Stop by one of the 5 Jim Whaley Tire locations in Dothan, Enterprise, or Ozark, or you can order your tires online at JimWhaleyTires.com. Plus, you can also get a quote or schedule your next service visit online anytime. For good service that goes a long way, go to Jim Whaley Tires or JimWhaleyTires.com.
We will beat any price on a new Buick or GMC any day of the week at Action Buick GMC of Dothan. Take advantage of 0% financing for 60 months, plus a $3,000 cash allowance on remaining 2015 GMC Sierra crew cabs in stock, and 0% financing for 60 months, plus $500 cash allowance on select 2015 GMC Acadias in stock. Now is the time to buy. An Action Buick GMC of Dothan is the place to be.
Are you ready for action? Action Buick GMC.
With approved credit, see dealer for complete details.
The Ball is proud to have McDonald's of Dothan as a longtime sponsor of the program. Just as we take giving you the latest in sports information as a serious responsibility, so too does the folks at Dothan area McDonald's take their opportunity to serve you. With combo meals and specials, you get the most for your dollar. Locally owned and operated. The next time you want great tasting burgers or gourmet salads and you want them in a hurry, remember your Dothan area McDonald's. McDonald's of Dothan, located throughout the city.
Welcome to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy. Some sad news in the world of football down in East Texas, down in Alton High School. Cameron Matthews, after a kickoff, covering a kickoff, got to the sideline and collapsed. He has passed away at the age of 16. And at Morgan County here in the state of Georgia, 17-year-old Daniel Stapleton, right after the game he had Friday night, got into a car accident. Didn't have his seatbelt on, kids. Put the seatbelt on. Put the seatbelt on. Do it a couple of times, and I promise you it'll become a natural. It'll be just like grabbing the steering wheel. Without you even realizing it, you start doing this across your body. If you do it a couple days, you will realize that it's like before you even get going. Put the seatbelt on. It does save lives. It has been proven to, and I'm quite sure you would have stood a better chance of not getting ejected out of the car if you had the seatbelt on. So sad news, 17-year-old passing away, and a 16-year-old down in East Texas.
In East Texas, did they say what it was?
He said he had a seizure. Now, they haven't said what caused the seizure as of yet. But when he covered the kickoff, he walked to the sideline. He fell down. He had a seizure. I don't know if he had a history of seizures or it just came on. But I'm quite sure by next week we'll have more info about that.
How long do you think it'll be before, or is it already happening, where families of these high school athletes are trying to sue the football program, claiming they should have known or they should have done a more thorough examination?
Isn't there a release or something that's signed?
Yeah, you're signing the release form to let them do that. So,
and you got a physical for your kid because you have to have a physical before you can play. So everything should have been cleared.
Right. Yeah. And that's what, you
just wait till they get to the NFL to sue.
Well, I was going to say, because with, this recent story we just covered, I would imagine that someone is going to at least try it.
Well, but remember, when you get to pro leagues, they're just paying you to make it go away. They're not paying it because they feel like they be wrong.
Right.
They're just paying you. It's like, okay, it's cheaper for me to make it go away.
Not an admittance.
Which is why the lawyers
That's why they
bring the case.
Yeah, that's why they do it.
Yeah, this will be quick.
Because they know that they're going to, kind of how we were talking about James Blake in the New York Police Department. Right. That case probably will come so quick, he'll get the money under the radar. I forgot about it
just that quick.
Because, in their case, they are wrong. But when pro sports, a lot of that stuff, they just, weigh it. Let's weigh it now. You think, it'd be quicker.
They assign a dollar value to their reputation.
Yeah, just make it go away. So give them the money, let it go away. So it's more like that. Unfortunately, I tried to go the whole show without talking about
Lamar Odom,
the tragedy at the Bunny Ranch.
Let's just talk about James Harden.
50 miles outside of Vegas, a brothel, ladies for hire, all day, every day.
All day, a week.
And I'm proud to be an American.
He's got drugs, sex, alcohol.
God bless America.
Oh.
Lamar Odom, 35 years old. For you that don't really know, Lamar Odom was a top-notch talent. Some of you only found out about him when he got to the pros and in a Laker uniform. But Lamar Odom went to Rhode Island State one year. He was supposed to be the next breed of really in the vein of Penny Hardaway and Magic Johnson, tall men who could handle the ball and distribute it. As Lamar Odom, from my perspective, career went on, he wasn't really a guy he wanted you to recognize that he was a great player, but not necessarily wanted to handle the criticism that came with being a great player. So he went to, his better role was playing the role of Robin to Kobe's Batman or Dwayne Wade's Batman. He was a great player. He's won championships. Sad, at the early years, his mom passed. We heard about all that. His best friend the last year has passed away. He married one of the Devil Girls, Kardashians.
Devil Girls?
If you say that name 13 times and turn around in the mirror,
well, you disappear.
They'll appear in the mirror and scratch your face.
He OD'd at the Love Ranch down in Vegas. He had been, from what the girls say, Lamar hasn't been talking, so we don't know. Cocaine, herbal, Viagra. He had taken a lot of that. People like, well, why would he be doing all that? Because he's at a brothel. He went there for that. So
it's the same as not eating before you go to a buffet.
I saw the owner of the ranch.
You want to consume as much as possible while you're there.
And the owner of the ranch said that he paid $75,000 for those two girls for the.
Yeah, he
ran up a tab. In those places it's going to be a little higher. You're paying for the secrecy and
not now.
Oh yeah, I'm about to say with all the released video.
Well, I had to call the ambulance. I had to get the helicopter here. They got the helicopter there. He was too tall to fit in the helicopter, so they had to drive him. So they did send a helicopter out there. But him being 6'8", 6'10",
they couldn't fold him.
They couldn't fold him into the helicopter. It's the price of size. I paid it plenty of times sitting there watching the roller coaster.
And that delay resulted, I think, in his
standing there watching the roller coaster like this here.
Y'all have fun.
Boy, I wish I was up there with him.
You never been on the screen machine?
Man,
I'm sorry, we're talking about
if they had made that leg thing just a little taller, and I would have fit.
And when you did try, and the only way you realize you didn't fit is because you got on the roller coaster, and now they have deep trenches where your feet drug along the ground at a high rate of speed. What are these? What are these canals? Oh, that's where the Sports Joc rode the screen machine. And then a side note: the two girls that he paid $75,000 for are now dateless. Everybody's like, "No, I want none of that." You know what I'm saying?
You kill people.
Yeah, y'all keep that.
So, in Kardashian fashion, all of them got the signal in the air. I'm quite sure they sent up some kind of bat signal, and they all invaded the hospital as though Lamar was beloved by all.
And still a part of the family. But they were in that divorce.
They took that camera photo op, and everybody showed up except Kanye.
Because he was on some, man, y'all so fake. And I ain't finna do that.
And in his fashion, Jesse Jackson showed up.
Same people.
To make sure we say his name.
Odom family friend is what he was labeled as on the news. Odom family friend.
And since then, he went from critical to now he's breathing on his own. And
Chloe has not left his side.
Jesse Jackson showed up as an Odom family friend. And Lamar probably came out of his coma just briefly and went, "Who was that? Who was that dude?" That's sad that people are just
parachute in.
I'm saying so hungry.
And people are trying to, because I know you asked about the James Harden thing, and
I just question how he felt about her being there by his side the whole time.
When you
they're not officially
to me, when you really love somebody, there's nothing that's not going to keep you from that. Doesn't go.
I understand.
That doesn't go away. I'm sorry, Miss. We got the same last name. I imagine that a person that said you might not be able to do much, and you might not have the rights to do what she can do, but you being there and her understanding that you are there should be already understood. So this is his ex-wife, your ex-wife showing up, or current wife, or whatever they are, her showing up to support you, laying there with tubes down your throat. I would imagine any ex-wife or any ex-girlfriend
would understand that.
Big Kenny's ex-wife, even if they're in a bad situation, for this moment, I used to love this man.
Yeah,
now you're telling me,
and if I OD, my ex-wife would just definitely show up like I knew it was gonna happen. Look at you. I tried to tell you.
Yeah.
No, but I understand. I agree.
Got me crying and all this stuff right here.
Got me all up in here. These people with these cameras. You just so stupid.
But all that means she loves.
Yeah, but all that means she cares.
Right.
She cares. Right. Yeah, she didn't get on that plane, and that's when they.
And just because the relationship ends does not mean that the feelings go away.
Correct.
And we can't say that her feelings aren't genuine.
No, I don't doubt that.
Now we could say that her mama owned that BS.
I don't doubt that. But I appreciate the Beard for being supportive of it too.
Yeah, because they may be there for
he's 26.
their child.
He could have taken a different approach, saying, don't go, don't be there. But he's all in. Stay as long as you need to. Be there for him, and that's really the point that I love about it.
And to me as a woman or a man, for that person that's in the James Harden situation to try to throw a wedge in there would show me their character.
Right.
You're showing me more character to understand, hey, you know what? Life is bigger than just one relationship at a time. It is a collection of all the relationships, and to all of us, we would hope that at least walking down the aisle signified that there was this love at some point.
There was.
Which allows me to show up to places when, especially in dire situations. And Chloe doing that, I'm like Big Kenny. I think the mother and Kim jumping out in her $20,000 black mink.
And taking a selfie.
And taking selfies was more for the TV show to continue. Now, the only person, I don't know if Massengill's ex-wife would show up because earlier this morning,
she showed up looking for her old records. Where my records at? I know you still got them.
He said she ain't getting them back.
He seemed like he bitter she took the crates. The
peach crates.
the record crates when they left, but he might even smile if he saw that she cared enough to show up. Look at that look. We'll be back.
That's a grimace.
The Sports Joc Show welcomes Sports Talk Woof the Ball on AM 560 and FM 100.1 to the Sports JOC Radio Network family.
If you've got bad news, you wanna get the blues, cocaine.
More of the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy coming up next.
SAMC Sweet Tea Society is kicking off our 4th annual Sip and Learn program Thursday, November 5th at 5 p.m. at the Depot off Main. It's for women who want to stay healthy and have fun, meet new people, and get a healthy dose of knowledge. Our topic with Dr. Patel will focus on hot flashes and menopause. We'll have door prizes and refreshments following the program, so sign up today. Go to samc.org for more Sweet Tea Society information, and we'll see you Thursday, November 5th at the Depot off Main.
Our specialty is always being here to take care of you. SAMC has enough specialty physicians and staff to take care of your emergencies, day or night. As the region's largest not-for-profit hospital, we provide you with the most talented physicians, most highly trained staff, and the latest technology 24 hours a day. Emergencies can happen at any time. SAMC is ready to respond at a moment's notice. Learn more at samc.org or call 334-712-3336.
I was leaving an exercise class.
All of a sudden, the pain started. My entire chest.
Shortness of breath, very fatigued, nauseated. Thought that it was nothing much, maybe just stress. You're having a heart attack.
I'm healthy, I'm young. There's no way it could be my heart. No way.
Heart disease doesn't discriminate. Listen to your body, go get checked.
Heart disease is the #1 killer in women.
And this is something that we can fight.
Visit GoRedForWomen.org to learn a woman's risk for heart disease.
Trade in your high monthly bill for a better deal at SCI Communications for just $12.50 a month. Get top-notch performance at the absolute lowest monthly air fees available. SCI Communications with coverage in and between Dothan, Enterprise, Abbeville, Donaldsonville, and Webb. SCI Communications, 1426 Hartford Highway, Dothan. On the web at www.sci2way.com. Call 792-5054.
If you're a young worker, retirement probably seems like a lifetime away. Social Security protects you with disability and survivor's coverage as well as retirement. The time to learn about retirement and how much you may need to save for a comfortable one is now. So spring into action and learn more about your own retirement. Visit the Retirement Estimator to get an instant personalized estimate of your own future benefits. You'll find it at www.socialsecurity.gov/estimator.
And now, back to the Sports Joc, Wayne Gandy.
There's some whores in this house. 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 There's some. Welcome back to the Sports Joc Show. I'm the Sports Joc.
What's that word they moving out?
Gandy. I don't know what that word is. I never heard that track. That's one of the new Fetty Wap mix remix right there. As we left,
there's some $75,000 escorts in this house. $75,000 escorts in this house. See, that's why you have to abbreviate, because that just don't go real nice with the flow. That's what I'm saying.
The beat was all.
The cadence was all messed up.
Oh, man. As we left, we were talking about Lamar Odom and his situation, and we do send our prayers out to Lamar and his 2 kids and family. 35 years old, dealing with such a big issue, and it's not the cocaine, it's whatever the issue is driving you to the cocaine that you're going to have to solve, whether that's a loved one dying or being out of the league or whatever, divorce. People always like to decide to address the drug, but it's what's driving you to the drug that has to be solved so you can even have a chance to get off the drugs.
And because cocaine's just being cocaine, you know what I'm saying?
What's the root cause?
Yeah, cocaine ain't never changed. You've never heard man, you wouldn't believe all of the great breaks I've had since I started using cocaine. There's nobody out there like, I started using cocaine and now my life is phenomenal. It's never happened.
So we do, even though we're laughing at a couple of parts of it, we do want to take the time to, get well, brother, and it's nobody's fault. Like, people keep talking about Master P, talking about it's Kobe, and how is it Kobe? Lamar Odom was doing drugs before he met Kobe. This was an issue earlier in his career that he got suspended for a couple of times. So I don't know how Kobe was supposed to solve his.
Unless Master P knew that Kobe was giving Lamar the
I was
cocaine.
about to say, unless Kobe gave him some garbage cocaine. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's his fault
Then we
for giving
blame
him
you, Kobe.
for that lame cocaine he gave him.
And first of all, Kobe wouldn't do cocaine. He's so arrogant. He would be on some space age drug.
Right. That you shoot right into his eyeball.
Some cream that you just put underneath your eyelids.
Right.
And you'd be like, what is that, Kobe? That's that Pluto 937. You know how the Mamba do it. Like nobody got what the Mamba got. Like
Pluto 937 strawberry flavor.
Where you get that at?
He always got to go that extra mile.
He always got to be.
And then they'll be like, you shouldn't be doing drugs. And he'll be like, Shaq did it too.
He would tell.
You know he'll tell.
Here in the state of Georgia, just another story I want to bring to the truth. And all of you out there in Big Kenny, Hampton High School player, Devin Berry. Now, Devin has a 3.7 GPA. Devin plays football. He wrestles. He plays handball. Only problem is Devin has cerebral palsy. Now, just like maybe 2 months ago, and the only reason I'm bringing this is just to talk to adults. And we had the blind kid playing, and they had him on the field. It is so heartwarming to see a kid accept that he can be more than his challenges. But for you to allow this kid to go out on the football field, and he can't walk, so he has to play on his knees. You put him at risk for either further injury, and you put the onus of me as a player. Remember, I was in high school, and I wasn't this size in high school, but I was still bigger than most men that walk the planet. And you're putting me in a precarious situation as well, because I have to be careful to not hurt you. And always you're trying to plug I'm always trying to figure out, why are you plugging this into stuff to make it some, look at this feel-good story, let's get the newspapers out and all this kind of stuff, because just like it makes no real sense for you. I understand the whole, hey, I didn't want to raise him with he does have limitations. Mm-hmm. And limitations is that you won't be on a football field playing on your knees.
Football shouldn't be your sport.
Exactly. Now you can do the wheelchair basketball. Hey, I can even go maybe for the wrestling.
I can see that too.
But to put you in something where one of the biggest functions of what you're doing is running.
I was gonna say maybe swimming, but no, that probably
yes, you can swim.
Oh,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Swimming would be great
with that walker.
No, you don't need to walk in the water, darling.
Oh, okay.
But am I? Because I was upset.
Well,
because even with the blind thing, and it was funny as far as watching him do it.
Yeah, my challenge is it changes the game. You're not able to play the sport the way you need to play the sport, because you've got a person over there, like you said, you got to watch out for.
Well, you said that it puts the onus on the other players to not hurt them, assuming that they care about not hurting him.
That's what I'm saying.
There are going to be some people who resent the fact that you've even let him out here to play us, and I'm going to teach you a lesson.
And that's the part I'm saying. You're putting the onus that some kids are vengeful.
And we got the winning part. We've got this guy on our team.
Yeah, I'm going to do this to him almost like doing him a favor. I'm going to show you what could happen to him so you can get him out of here. And then they write it up, and that was the part. As I read it, I was like, this is so silly. And then I'm reading it thinking, oh, he plays good with his upper body strength. And I'm like, y'all are actually trying to make this a thing? Really? Like, because you want to teach him never give up?
Let him focus on the academic scholarship.
And that's what I was saying. The thing you're saying he's a bright kid.
There are a lot of other sports, like you said, though. I mean, wrestling, that could happen.
And no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think as a parent you should ever shortchange your child.
I mean,
but you also shouldn't put him in danger because you are putting him in danger.
And a lot of wrestling is leg power. And so some kid, you can't stand up, but this kid lifts you over his head and then slams you. You're at a disadvantage. Being disabled with cerebral palsy puts you at a disadvantage in just maintaining your regular day-to-day regimen with hygiene and caring for yourself, feeding
and
yourself, dressing
class,
yourself. Yeah. But now you're going to put him in contact, full contact, heavy, violent contact sports.
Right. And that's
that doesn't make sense to me. Who sanctions this?
And that's why I said,
how do they sign off on it?
Where the number one function of football is the ability to run. You see players every week can't play this week just because their hamstring is hurting.
ACL.
Or, now you're putting a kid that has no ability and you're saying, well, he plays good up in here because he got good upper body strength. What does that actually mean?
And how do you rate that? It plays good against whom?
Right.
Because able-bodied people, he can't compare. That talent.
Not to mention that 15-minute run out the tunnel.
Okay.
And here he comes. Keep it going. He's almost there.
Big Kenny, you going in the ocean?
Hey, I can swim.
Yeah.
I can swim.
I'm talking.
And I just I'd say this for last, and I'm not trying to be a downer, and I'm not telling you you're supposed to teach your kids they can do everything, but a blind man can't drive.
And no matter how good it makes you feel that he attempts to,
that he sits in your lap,
just right.
He sits in the lap, or you sit on the other side with a special built car where you got a steering wheel and they got a steering wheel, and you making it seem like they driving or whatever. He can't drive. It's the same thing with this kid. He can find other things like wheelchair sports, but to put him on a football field and to put onus on other players, I don't want to put my kid at. How do I know how you feel today? And it doesn't take but one. I mean, you're on your knees. You know how y'all don't even want me to hit people, healthy people,
body
with talking about concussions.
Right.
Y'all got more concussion rules. Now you want to just put me a target right there.
And you're at a competitive disadvantage too when you're playing other teams. That's what I'm saying. So,
and I guarantee you, even if it's accidental, one of these children gets hurt, and they're suing the school system, and they're talking about, I can't believe you would sacrifice this child. And it's going to be a whole reversal of fortune for this type of activity. And it's all to garner publicity.
And Devin, we on the Sports Joc Show, we salute you
very much
for your attitude and your approach. That is not the part we're just talking about, but what these adults are putting you in so they can feel good, or they can cast that, well, don't want to make him feel different and all that. Hey, join the team, be on the team, travel with the team, help the team. Everybody can't do. Everybody's not an actor. But Steven Spielberg and John Lucas and them got more money. Was it John Lucas? George Lucas. They got more money than any of them.
I'm sure. George's brother John's got a couple dollars too. Don't act like he's sitting around broke.
And they haven't acted one line. The writers of songs make more money. I call Dr. Dre. He's probably made more money producing than he ever. I'm Dre, and but. Hey, there's plenty. Go into sports medicine. Go into things that you can actually do and make an effective move and excel at.
I've cashed more ghostwriter checks than than anything.
Right. So we're in the ocean, though.
The truth is, he will throw your ass in the ocean. It's time to wrap things up on the Sports Joc Show with Wayne Gandy.
When you hear the sounds of the ocean, it gives the Sports Joc just a minute to vent. And the Sports Joc is just as loving as he is critical. of anything. But today he's going to support a guy that he has been bashing a lot in his career, not as a man, but as a player on the field, and that is RG3. The Redskins took on the Jets this weekend, and some fans decided to burn RG3's jersey. What in the hell have you ever done to even get somebody to put your name on a jersey that gives you the right to burn a man's jersey? It's disrespectful, and it's not showing love for your team. Because you might have a son or a grandson or a daughter or a granddaughter, and you wouldn't want anybody doing that to theirs. There's nothing that you could have done on a field to warrant you burning somebody's jersey, calling it fan love. Jet fans. Ain't won a Super Bowl since '65, so been 50 years, worse than the Raiders. But, you know, for that, somewhere in there he walked the plank. Embarrassing. Never burn a jersey. It's like burning books. Everybody ain't got a computer. Find somebody that only still can read books. How about that? For Big Kenny, the funny man himself, the truth, Miss Jemison, and for myself and my producers, enjoy your Monday. Peace.
Today and I